It's time to tee it up and kick it off. It's time for the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week. Presented by Hatch Toyota. Sports Zone Radio brings you unmatched coverage of football from around the White Mountains and beyond. No one does it like Sports Zone Radio. And now you can live stream HD video of our broadcast coverage exclusively at sportszone123.com and on the Sports Zone Radio mobile app. All part of the Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football Show. The Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week is presented by Hatch Toyota. Chaz Hatch refuses to lose a deal over $1. Hard-hitting broadcast coverage of White Mountains football is up next. Now, let's take you out to the field and join our broadcast team for tonight's Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week.
And welcome in, sports fans, to Lobos Stadium for tonight's game broadcast of the Sports Zone Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota. The Snowflake Marching Band is getting us ready, and we are getting you ready for tonight's big matchup at the top of the 4A Conference. The undefeated number 1 ranked Snowflake Lobos taking on, likewise, undefeated and ranked number 2, the Arcadia Titans. And we welcome you in. I'm Floyd Simmons, along with my broadcast partner tonight. Now it's Trey Schneider. Well, Trey, this is a game that we have all anticipated for several weeks. It was pretty clear at a given point in time Snowflake was likely to run the table, and I think that's probably after week 4 of the season for me. Arcadia looked like a team that was also going to run the table. That seemed apparent around the same time, week 4, week 5. And it set this game up. Whoever the football gods were that decided that Snowflake and Arcadia should play in the final game of the season, they made a good decision. Because here we are with this big matchup today, and highly anticipated, biggest game in the state at all levels, and here we are in Snowflake for it.
You named it perfectly. This is the biggest game in the state. This is a game that we have been anticipating, as you mentioned, and this is going to be really what sets the table going in for the 4A state championship. Who goes in 1, who goes in 2.
Well, the Snowflake fans are ready to go. Making some noise already. Well, I take it back. Those are the Arcadia fans, far side of the field. We'll hear from Snowflake and their faithful here in just a moment. Arcadia has taken the field. Those are the Titans, a team that looks a lot like Snowflake, size-wise, numbers-wise. These defenses are like a mirror of each other, and I think that's where the game is going to be won tonight, Trey. I think the team that has the bigger defensive game, a lot of times you measure that in forced turnovers. And so you could say big defensive game, team that wins the turnover battle. I think that's the side that's going to have to rise up for one or the other team, bigger than the other one does, to produce a victory tonight.
This game really could come down to whoever wins that battle. Both of these defenses are known for being very intimidating. They've shut out opponents. They've held really good offenses to very few points and very few yards. And tonight we're going to see Arcadia's offense come out against a really stout Snowflake Lobos defense, and we're going to have a chance here to see a Snowflake offense that's relatively unproven go against a really good defense and see if they can get all the pieces put together. The last time I think that a game this big was played, I don't know if it was maybe the last one, but one of the last times that a number 1 and a number 2 team played in here was my senior year, Snowflake versus Sholo. Snowflake came in number 1 and Sholo came in number 2. But I think that the fans here want to see a different outcome from what happened back in 2016.
Well, get ready for the Snowflake Lobos. They are preparing to run through the banner. This place is about to lose their minds.
It is a clash of 2 juggernauts. The homestanding Snowflake Lobos with a 9-0 record and the number 1 ranking. Versus our guest.
There's Snowflake getting ready. They'll make their way on the field. We'll give you a chance to see a huge game tonight here on the Sports Zone Radio digital channels, on our YouTube channel, on our Facebook channel. Thanks for joining us there, everybody, and those that are joining us on radio as well across Northeast Arizona, Mix 98 KRFM Sholo, the broadcast home of the Sports Zone. And a quick, please forgive me, my voice. I'm probably going to cough a few times tonight during the broadcast. I'll do my best to control that. But I'm still recovering from that cold that I've had for a couple of weeks. And, boy, I thought I was on the way back today. Things were going pretty well, but at this point of the night, it's starting to get to me. But it's a beautiful night in Northeast Arizona, a beautiful night here at Snowflake High School as we get set for the Snowflake Lobos to take the field. The boys are ready on both sides. We are ready to bring you a broadcast of the Sports Zone Game of the Week here tonight at Snowflake High School, everybody. I talked with Coach B.J. Pasquale. He's the head coach of the Arcadia Titans. He's in his 4th year leading that program, and he's got them in a great place here, undefeated at 9-0 here at this point of the campaign. We'll get the captains out in the middle here in a moment. I asked him what it is that he worries about. He obviously talks about those 2 offensive weapons for Snowflake. Number 8, Jacob Leduc, and number 33, the battering ram, the running back, the fullback, call him what you will. And, of course, we're talking about Brenner Green. Meanwhile, they are collecting and getting ready for the national anthem. And they always do a great job, the Snowflake Madrigal. With tonight's national anthem, the captains for Snowflake getting ready. Net number 4 on defense. Somehow manages to play much bigger than his dimensions suggest he should at an inside linebacker position. Hayden Nichols, number 4, will lead that defense, a defense that has to have a great game against a very solid, well-balanced Arcadia offense. An offense that can throw the ball well, an offense that runs the ball very well. Their quarterback, Zach Smith, completes nearly 70% of his passes. And the running back is Ryan Jimenez. Jimenez has just over 1,000 yards rushing already this season. The guy on the other side that opposes him running the ball for Snowflake, number 33, Brenner Green, he's got just 18 fewer yards rushing this season. Defenses are going to have to show up in this one tonight. Other captains out there for Snowflake. Mention those, Lobos. Wyatt Johnson is part of the group. I believe that's Gian Jones, isn't it, out there as well?
Yes, it is.
It is. And a couple of those captains on the other side while Zach Smith is out there. Their leading receiver, Ian Slater, part of their captain crew. Ryan Jimenez, that leading rusher, one of the 4 captains for Arcadia. And we're about ready to go on this one tonight from Snowflake. So I was saying, Trey, I was talking to Coach Pasquale, the head coach for Arcadia, and he called out those 2 guys. He called out, of course, Jacob Leduc, the quarterback who can do so many things to hurt you. And he's one of the fastest athletes in 4A football. And a guy who's got a lot more deceptively fast is number 33, Brenner Green. He's a battering ram. He doesn't have a lot of shiftiness, not a lot of lateral movement. He just runs hard, runs fast. So tough to tackle, this guy.
I heard from a wise running back from back in the day, the quickest way to score a touchdown is in a straight line. And Brenner Green plays with that mentality of, I'm standing here, the quickest way is straight, and he runs through guys. But like you said, he's also deceptively quick. Guys that run hard through people typically do that because that's the only way they're going to get yards. But he can run through you and then break away from you.
Snowflake will deliver the ball on the opening kickoff, and this one is going to bounce out of bounds. somewhere near the 20-yard line, a procedure penalty in doing so. And so it's going to be Arcadia and their quarterback, Zach Smith, lining the ball up at the 35-yard line. That's where they'll have the ball to begin this one tonight. We welcome you into the Sports Zone Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota. Welcome everybody to Snowflake High School. So it's Arcadia. And that offense that we get to see first in this one today. And they can do both. Throw the ball well, run the ball well. Look for number 17, Ian Slater. He's on the right side of the formation. Zach Smith, the quarterback, will take it, fake it, and look to the solo receiver on the left side. That ball is incomplete, broken up by Gian Jones. Back defensively. Intended receiver for Arcadia was Connor Cams, and it's incomplete.
I would be remiss not to say Gian Jones. We've got blood. He and I were cousins, and he definitely got all of that athleticism right there. Great job. Go and get a hand in there to force an incomplete pass.
So Gian breaks up the pass. Arcadia going for it on the very first try from scrimmage, incomplete, and it's now second down, and they will give the ball to Jimenez. And up the middle he goes, or at least he tries to go, and Snowflake's defense is there to keep that held to a minimum. That's Ryan Jimenez running the football, and Ryan gains 3 yards to bring up third down and 7.
In a lot of the games that I've had the pleasure of calling lately, I've had the pleasure of calling a lot of defenses that swarm to the ball, and this Snowflake team is no different. All 11 guys came crashing in. It was going to be very difficult to break that run anywhere beyond the line of scrimmage.
2 receivers now split left, looking to throw that direction. Here's a pass that's incomplete, and it's just off the hands of Jax Ashley. Well, Jax is going to kind of kick himself a little bit right there. He knows that pass should have been caught. Whether or not it would have produced a first down, that's going to be questionable because Christian Smith was zeroing in on him. The incomplete pass brings up 4th down and 7, and Arcadia will surrender on a 3 and out.
I think those footsteps from Christian Smith might have been what knocked that ball out. That's not a guy you want to take a hit from.
Snowflake will have their first opportunity just as soon as Arcadia gets rid of it. Caleb Young is the punter, and he gets away a pretty good punt. Fair catch and a muff, but covered up at the 26-yard line by Christian Smith. Snowflake will have it, and Jacob Leduc, the junior quarterback, will lead out that offense along with his teammate in the backfield, the junior running back. Look for a steady diet of number 33, Brenner Green, in this one today.
Great job by the Snowflake defense there to force that 3 and out. If you're the offense, you got to come out right now, and you've got to punch him in the mouth. This is a big game. There's a lot of consequence hanging here. They've got to start moving the ball right here, right now. We don't want to wait and see what happens here in the 3rd or 4th quarter.
So it's first down. Snap to Leduc. Looks left, throws right. Gian Jones has it, and he is wrapped up, and it'll be a very short gain. Might have got a couple on the play. Call it 2 yards. 2 yards the gain. The ball just short. Yeah, that's a yard. About the 27-yard line. Brings up second down.
Yeah, great tackle there from number 5, Cayenne Cobb.
And they give it up the middle. And it's Brenner Green on the carry, and he is going to get stuck almost immediately. The hit comes in from one of those inside linebackers, Braden Knob. I'm going to say Knob. It might be Knob. Maybe Derek can check in on that one for us, because I have a feeling that Braden is going to be making some plays tonight from that inside linebacker position. That was just a 1-yard gain, 2-yard gain. 3rd down and 7. Leduc pumps, now delivers. And that pass is going to be caught. And it's going to be about a yard shy. Looks like a gain of 6. The ball is at the 35-yard line, and it's 4th down and 1 for the Lobos. And Trey, that brings up an interesting question of, with just 1 yard, a little more, maybe 4 feet to get, you keep the offense on?
I think so. I think you have a good momentum right here. Just give it a try. You've got the home field behind you.
Here we go from their own 35-yard line. The offense out there on the floor, out there on the field. And now Leduc will back up. So they were trying to see if they could maybe draw them offside. Here's the quick kick. And that is going to be a great punt. Checks up at the 16, rolls inside the 15. Down right at about that spot by Christian Smith. And so both teams on their first possession with the football go 3 and out. 3 and out, and it's back to Arcadia offensively.
Both offenses coming out, throwing the ball. They're not scared to throw it. Getting good yards on the runs. It's going to be, I think it's going to be one of those physical games where they're going to try to pound it inside, both teams, to try to wear the defense down and then try to take some shots down the field later in the game.
Shot there of Jacob Ledoux coming off the field, and that was a fantastic punt by Jacob. It pins the Titans back to the 15-yard line. They will hand it to Jimenez, and he will trip up crossing the 20-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 23, and that's a pretty good gain on the play. Gain of 8 yards. 8 yards straight ahead for Ryan Jimenez. And that'll bring up second down and short.
That line did a great job. They dummy pulled back to the left and went counter to the right, created a big hole, and I believe that was number 68, Malo Sosa, leading the way through that hole and helping him get a couple more even after he stumbled.
Second and short. They're going to give it to Jimenez. He gets knifed under at the line of scrimmage, but able to escape that and surge ahead for 3 yards and an Arcadia first down. They are the first to move the chains here in the game, and that'll be a first down out to the 26-yard line for the Titans.
This Snowflake defense is going to need to get a better push than that, especially in short yardage situations. You have the advantage of being able to do more with your hands in the offensive line, and so you got to use that to your advantage to try to push back and not allow such a big gain in short yardage.
With the fluorescent green shoes, Zach Smith hands it off. The stretch play right side. Jimenez spun forward, and he is going to gain, it looks like 12 yards on the play for Ryan Jimenez. Mark him down this time at the 38-yard line. And that is a first down.
This offense starting to roll. A couple good plays here in a row. Nothing negative so far. Snowflake, if you're going for them, they're going to need to start shutting this down and force them to pass where you have more weapons outside to help keep passes out of the air.
New set of downs for the Titans. They are at their own 38-yard line, a couple of first downs. And then all of a sudden, and early on in the game, they wanted timeouts. Here with 7:47 in the first quarter, we'll take this as well. Stand by, everybody. More from Snowflake. The Sports Zone Game of the Week is presented by Hatch Toyota.
The 25s have got to go at Hatch Toyota in Sholo. Save thousands at every remaining 25 Toyota car, truck, and crossover. Now pay factory invoice. You pay the exact price we pay from the factory. No markups, hassles, or negotiating. Plus, we have financing starting as low as 0% for 72 months. This is the lowest price of the year on every remaining 2025 Toyota. Hurry. When they're gone, they're gone. Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall and HatchToyota.com.
I won't lose a deal over $1, and you have my word on it.
You don't have to drive hours for top-notch healthcare. We've got it right here at White Mountain Regional Medical Center's Rural Health Clinic in Springerville. Heart skipping a beat? Our cardiologists have you covered. Achy feet? Our podiatry team's a step ahead. From pulmonology to orthopedics and mental and behavioral health, we treat you, not just the chart. White Mountain Regional Medical Center, empowering a healthier community.
Big thank you to White Mountain Regional Medical Center. They will help us present the Sports Zone's Player of the Game at the conclusion of our broadcast. First down play, and Arcadia is at. Yeah, that's going to be illegal motion. Wouldn't have mattered what happened on this play anyway downfield. It'll be a 5-yard step off on the illegal procedure on the offense. It'll be second down 15 coming up here in just. Actually, I should say it'll be first down again, first and 15 after they marked him back 5 yards. Well, Trey, biggest game in the state tonight. This one right here. 2 undefeated teams. Only one will remain undefeated and carry that with the top seed into the playoffs coming up next week. The playoffs do start. Both teams here are likely to finish in the top 4 and get a first-round bye. But the playoffs right around the corner, and these two teams vie in to see who wins the region, stays undefeated.
Absolutely huge game. And Arcadia so far started to take some of the momentum. They've gotten a couple first downs here in a row. And, that's what you want to do if you're traveling. You want to just, move it slowly across the field.
So far, no indication that this elevation is any issue for them. Swing it out to the left side, and that is a nice gain. Call it 12 yards on the pass completion. And coming up with it this time is Jax Ashley. Remember, he missed that pass on the opening series for the Titans, but he was sure-handed this time, and the 12 yards picks up the first down.
Sure-handed is a very good way of putting that. He took a couple shots right here, and you'll see on this replay, did a great job of holding on. It did get knocked loose a little bit there at the end, but still managed to hold on.
Back-to-back 12-yard gains. It's now 2nd down and 3. Jimenez, little stutter step, and he's got yardage into Snowflake territory. And that's 11 yards. So on consecutive plays, they have gained 12 and then 12 and now 11 yards to move into Lobo territory with another first down.
This defense is going to have to find a way to not allow these big chunk yards between the front four and the 4 linebackers there behind. They've got to start plugging these gaps a little bit better. But I don't necessarily blame them. That front for Arcadia, they are moving bodies right now.
Second possession of the game for the Titans. No score here yet. Jack Smith with the hard count is able to draw the Lobos offside. So they'll mark that 5 yards off and move even closer.
Yeah, it looked like Jack Butler jumping offsides right there.
It'll be first down and 5 in just a moment. So I got to be honest with you. I am going back and forth. I am doing my very best to stay dialed in and focused up on this game while I keep an eye on the Dodgers. Got the Dodger game going on here as well. I'm a diehard Dodger fan. 1st and 5. And that's going to go right between the guards. And how about 8 more yards? It's Ryan Jimenez again, showing everybody why he is one of the top running backs in 4A football.
Just great power run right there. As I've said a couple times now, especially those 2 nose tackles, they've got to find a way to not allow free pass through the line of scrimmage right there.
5 minutes, 40 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. The Arcadia Titans on the march against Snowflake's defense. And they are sitting at the 31-yard line of Snowflake. Jimenez again, following his blockers, breaks to the outside. He's going to cross the 20 and the 10. There he goes, inside the pylon. And Ryan Jimenez opens the scoring for the Arcadia Titans.
The Lobos defense, especially our corners and outside linebackers here on the right-hand side of the defensive formation, got a little too sucked into the inside run. Great bounce from Ryan Jimenez to get out to the outside. And like we said about Brenner Green, Ryan Jimenez is deceptively fast, and he got to the pylon in a hurry.
The snap, the kick. Titans convert, and they lead it 6-0, 7-0 now as you watch Jimenez bounce it outside. There was just no stopping this guy. And able to put the points on the board. That is going to add to a total that he brings into the game. I believe now, if I'm not mistaken, that was touchdown number 17 for him this season. We can look at those numbers a little bit more closely for you here in a little bit. He is having a terrific year. And the Titans, they were able to take the ball, an 85-yard drive in 7 plays, including that 31-yard touchdown, the 15th touchdown of the season for Ryan Jimenez.
And while we wait for this kickoff, we've got a scoring update from the Sholo game. Sholo up 6-0 over Payson.
And a nice boot on the kickoff. The ball goes through for a touchback. Snowflake will have the ball at the 20-yard line. Arcadia making a huge statement against this Snowflake Lobos team that is ranked number 1 in the state.
Arcadia seemed to find Snowflake's weakness right there on that drive, exploiting the middle run and continue to get, I mean, it felt like they were averaging over 10 yards a rush running between the guards.
Snowflake will line it up. They've got the ball at their own 20-yard line. In 5 minutes, 24 seconds to work with here in the first quarter. Jacob Leduc, quarterback draw. And it gets closed down by the middle of that Arcadia defense. For Jacob, a gain of 2 on the play. 2nd down and 8 coming up for Snowflake.
Design quarterback draw right there. They send Brenner Green out of the backfield, trying to pull a linebacker with them and maybe get the safety to cheat over and hope for a cutback lane for Jacob. But great job by the Arcadia front. They did not allow any push right there.
Snowflake to throw, and they're going to throw deep. This one is up over the top, and that pass is incomplete. For the Lobos, they were trying to find Coulter Willis, who was running the inside route. 2 receivers near each other, maybe a little too near each other on that. But pretty good battle for the football right there, and I thought for a moment, Coulter was going to come down with the football.
That might have been one of the greatest catches in Snowflake history had he come down with this right here. I initially thought, too, they were going to get called for PI, but the corner right there, number 4, Jax Ashley, did a great job getting his head around, looking, and avoiding that penalty.
3rd down and 8. And the quarterback going to take off, Leduc, and he just can't stiff arm his way out of the tackle. Gain of 4 to bring up 4th down. And another bit of good fundamental tackling by that Arcadia defense, which they have been doing well against Snowflake's running game early on in this matchup.
They have, as you mentioned. I would have liked Jacob to hold the ball right there for a little bit more. He had receivers that were just getting to their breaks when he decided to pull down and run with it, as we get a penalty right here for a false start.
I don't know how many times Snowflake has gone 3 and out on their first 2 possessions in the 2025 season. I would imagine it's not many times, as we get a nice bounce out of the Leduc punt, and it's going to be down at the 27-yard line. 1st down coming up for Arcadia's offense.
Right now, it's time for Snowflake's defense to show that last drive was just a fluke and that they are a lot stronger up the middle than what they just showed. And it's going to have to start with the front 4, and then it's going to also have to be backed up by those inside linebackers and our safety, because you can't allow 10 yards a pop on a run and be successful defensively.
From the 27-yard line, it's 1st down for Arcadia. Remember that last possession, a 7-play, 85-yard drive that burned 4 minutes and 2 seconds off the clock. Now they're going to take over at the 27, their own. Fake the handoff. Smith will roll out to the right. Big chase given, and he gets rid of it just before he steps out to try and avoid the quarterback sack, and he would have only lost a yard or 2 on that play. Giving chase for Snowflake was Ziggy Olberg. Ziggy, just a freshman.
Just a freshman. That kid, another cousin of mine. And, again, he got a lot of the speed that maybe I didn't get. But great job chasing him out of bounds. But very smart play also from Zach Smith to get rid of that. That would have been a 5-yard loss had he just run that out of bounds. So heads-up play to just throw it away and lose it down, but you don't lose the yardage.
Trey, I'm pretty sure that everybody on the Lobo team is your cousin.
It might be that way.
Pretty sure. Incomplete pass, 2nd down and 10. Jimenez will get the carry. Almost broke out of that tackle in the initial hit. I think that was Urban King put a hit on him. Was able to hang on and spin him down, and just a yard gain on the play for Jimenez to bring up 3rd down and 9.
that kind of defensive effort and defensive intensity is what Snowflake's going to have to do, especially right now with Arcadia having the momentum. And great tackle from Irvin King, flying in there with reckless abandon, getting around the legs, making it hard for Ryan Jimenez to get anywhere with that.
Snowflake fans urging on their defense. Four-man front for the Lobos. Smith looking left to throws the stop route. And his pass is incomplete to Kems here on the near side. And here comes the punt team for Arcadia.
And it looked like Malo Sosa might have jumped a little early, got away with one there. But looking at that replay that you just saw, Malo Sosa did a fantastic job protecting the quarterback's blind side. That's the kind of guy you want at left tackle. He absolutely dominated his matchup.
Here comes the Titans punt team. Snowflake will send a couple of guys back deep. Christian Smith back there. He is super speedy. There's a snap over the head of the punter. He has to cover it up at the 5-yard line. And Snowflake will have that very short field for their offense as they bring them back out here. And all eyes on number 33, Brenner Green, as Snowflake gets their best field position, well, about as good as they could imagine.
I don't think you get field position much better than this ever. A nice bailout right there for the Lobos, getting a bad punt on that, or a bad snap on that punt. And the punter maybe prematurely falling on it. His back was to the defense, so he didn't know what was coming. But he did have a second to pick that up and maybe try to do something with it.
Huge opportunity for the Lobos. Set up at Arcadia's 5-yard line. Fake it to Brenner Green. Here comes Jacob Leduc. He is going to stretch and get inside the 1-yard line. Mark him at the half-yard line on a gain of 4 yards. It'll bring up second down and goal.
I thought that Brenner Green had a lane right down the middle. But, you know, great pull right there from Leduc. Good hard run to get him inside the 1.
So why not give it to Brenner Green and let him go straight up the middle? And Brenner has Snowflake's first score of the night.
He is such a hard runner. By the time he was hit, he was already across, but he didn't really even slow down on the initial hit. That is a hard runner. That's a guy that, if I'm a linebacker for Arcadia, I certainly don't want to be seeing him get the ball very often.
I've got news for you. He's going to have the ball in his possession a lot here in the game. You watch the run that sets up the touchdown. That's Jacob Leduc taking it inside the 1. And then you can hit me in the backfield if you want, but I'm going to carry you to the end zone, and that's kind of a common refrain for Brenner Green. He comes into the game just over 1,000 yards rushing. I think the number was 1,048 yards coming into the game, and he has scored a ton of touchdowns, 18 touchdowns in the game on the season for Brenner. Now 19 touchdowns for number 33 as he evens it up. The point after make it 7-7.
Yeah, it looked like he took the entire student body of Arcadia there across the goal line. They all met him in the backfield, and he just, said, hey, we're having a party over here.
The Lobos kick is fielded at the 2-yard line. And the returner is going to hurl his body out across the 23-24, and they're going to mark him down at the 25-yard line. The return, Jordan Barnes brought it back for Arcadia. And they've got the ball at the 25-yard line. Physical game, hard-fought game early on in this one. We are all tied, 7-7.
Great tackle right here. Everybody got involved there. That looks like number 68. Wyatt Johnson was the first one to get a hand on him, but that was a team tackle across the board. Great job by that Lobo kickoff team.
First down. Smith hands it off. Jimenez did not want to go down. But when an entire pack of Lobos arrives on the scene, eventually that's the best option. Just go ahead and take your lumps. Start over, try to get on the next play. No gain on that first down effort by Jimenez.
On the scoring drive for Arcadia, that style of defense is what we were missing for Snowflake. They are rallying right now. They're starting to get their feet back under them, and they, team tackle right there, 7-8 guys bringing the pile down.
And they're going to pitch the ball forward to Ian Slater. Slater's got some wheels. Slater down that sideline, broken tackle, inside the 20, and finally knocked out at about the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a forward pass. It was flipped forward. What a finish. Slater showing off some pretty serious wheels, but the officials are congregating at midfield, and I think we've got an infraction against Arcadia. And indeed, penalty on the Titans is going to erase that spectacular play. That was a 65-yard run for scrimmage. Watch the Jets as he takes off down the sideline.
And great job from Christian Smith, the opposite side corner, fly down there and push him out to save what would have been a touchdown barring the hold, but gets brought back anyways.
Electrifying play from scrimmage. And it's going to count for naught. You saw Smith there in the shot. Never gave up on the play. They mark this one back from the spot of the foul, so it's 2nd down and 9, and Smith will look left and throw that way. Pass is quickly caught. Christian Smith comes up, makes the tackle. He's going to get a little bit of help as well out there on the tackle. That was Jackson Merrill, I believe, that stepped in there and helped make that tackle on the completed pass to Nicholas McCormick.
Fantastic job out there in the open field. Christian Smith coming up, wrapping him up, not allowing him to get any extra yardage. And like you said, Jackson Merrill flying in and laying the shoulder down to make him feel it, maybe think about catching the next one.
7-yard gain on that last play. 3rd down and a couple to go. Arcadia changing the play at the line, at least we think they are. And they're going to throw to the solo receiver on this near side of the field. That's Cams. He'll make the catch, and Christian Smith will drive him out of bounds. And that will be a first down for the Titans. They gain 6 on the play.
Great read right there. Zach Smith looking to his left side, seeing that our defense was playing a little soft, playing a little off. And with the now route, you only needed 2 yards. By the time he catches it and takes a step, he's already got the first down. Great play call right there from Arcadia.
First down play, ball at the 39-yard line. Handoff to Jimenez, right side. He is going to cross the 45. And a nice gain from Ryan Jimenez, and it looks like he's going to get a very favorable spot to the 49-yard line, and that'll amount to a 10-yard pickup, move the chains for the first down, and he's back to double digits on the ground with that gain, like he did on their scoring drive multiple times, because the last couple of times that Snowflake shut him down, well, when they stopped him, they stopped him for gains of 0 and 1 yard, so Snowflake had something figured out for a moment, but it looks like the Titans have answered to the answer that Snowflake had provided. We get the final 5 seconds now here of the first quarter. We'll step out to a break. Return with the second quarter in a moment. What a game. Tied at 7. These undefeated top 1 and 2 teams in 4A football. It's the Sports Zone Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota.
$25 models in stock. You pay the exact price we pay from the factory. No markups, hassles, or negotiating. Just our lowest prices of the year. But hurry, when they're gone, they're gone. Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall and HatchToyota.com.
I won't lose a deal over $1, and you have my word on it.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing your best of the White Mountains 2025 Best Propane Company, Owens Energy. In fact, it's their 5th consecutive win in a row. Owens has been proudly serving our community for more than 25 years, supporting local organizations, providing dependable service, and now an official partner of the Sports Zone's Friday Night Football Show. It's all about propane at Owens Energy, a local family-owned business with friendly, reliable service right here in Arizona's White Mountains. Owens Energy, your White Mountains propane provider.
So we flip sides of the field, and you see there that the Arcadia Titans will give the ball up the middle for the first play of the second quarter. Carrying the football is Jax Ashley, 5'10", 175. Jax, a senior for Arcadia. And he will pick up, looks like yardage to the 47-yard line. 4-yard gain. Brings up second down and 6 now for Arcadia's offense. We get the second quarter underway. It's the Sports Zone Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota. Fake it to Jimenez, throw down the seam. That pass is just off the fingertips of Ian Slater. Incomplete, as he had a step or two on the defensive back. And I would argue, very catchable ball right there. Tough catch to make, but one you can't have.
Fantastic play call right here. They fake the handoff, which has been killing the defense, and they hit the seam right here. Should have been a catch, but at the end of the day, hard ball to catch, as you mentioned, but great play call to try to suck the defense in, which worked, and hit that seam. I don't think that's the last time we're going to see that.
The play action steady part of this Arcadia offense. They'll work on 3rd down and 6 right here. And the give is to Jimenez, and he is going to meet the top defender on that Snowflake defense. That is Hayden Nichols, who steps up, limits him to a 1-yard gain, 4th and 5 on the way.
It seemed like Jimenez, as he made his cut, kind of lost his footing, and great job from Hayden Nichols to just wrap him up and bring him down right here, as you'll see.
So the Titans are going to leave the offense on the field. The ball just inside Snowflake territory here. Ball at the Lobo 46-yard line. It's 4th down and 5. Jack Smith, the quarterback. And a quick kick from him. Snowflake doesn't have anybody back. Why would they? That ball's going to check up and be down at about the 12-yard line, 17-yard line. This is where Arcadia gets to it. And Snowflake's offense will have an opportunity here in the second quarter. So trading the ball back and forth. These two teams were tied 7-7.
And this is what you're used to seeing when you have two defensive juggernauts playing this way. It's going to be hard to move the ball offensively, and both teams sticking in and they're bending but not breaking when they need to, allowing not easy scores for the other team.
Snowflake takes back over with the football. Jacob Leduc looking to the sideline for the signal. And a trips left formation for Snowflake. Want to throw a screen to the receiver on that near side of the field. Didn't get a lot of blocking. That's Nash Reedhead hauling in the pass. Reedhead able to get something out of it. Crosses the 20. Or is right at the 20-yard line. 3-yard pickup, 2nd down 7.
Ideally, you'd like to see a little bit more blocking. It looked like the two other receivers lined up with him out there, decided to double team instead of maybe going and getting the next level.
Handoff to Brenner Green, and Brenner is going to cross line of scrimmage at the 20 and make his way to the 22. Just a 2-yard pickup on the play for Brenner, who is averaging just a little bit above 150 yards rushing a game for Snowflake. At least that's the way I saw the numbers. But that doesn't equate, does it? 150 yards a game?
That's
9
a lot.
games? 9 times 150? Is that going to equal roughly 1,048 yards coming in?
No, I think it would be higher.
Trying to throw a screen out here to the near side. Gian Jones, I think it was the receiver, but there was a big mix-up on the play. Gian wasn't even looking for the football. There were a couple of offensive linemen coming out that direction. It's incomplete.
Yeah, it looked like they were maybe trying to get a tunnel screen there from Gian with the lineman coming out, and Gian looked like he wanted to run the out.
I'd take it back. He was looking for the football. Just didn't appear that way on my first examination of the play. 4th and 5. And it looks like Leduc will kick it again. He does. And a fair catch is asked for at the 35-yard line. There was a lot of room to make that catch and put a return together, but had to make a circus catch out of it at the end of it. Snowflake gives it up, and the Lobos have been held to a 3-and-out. Well, let's face it, every single time they've had the football. Snowflake, except the one time the scoring drive, which began at the 5-yard line, they only had to go 5 yards. They did get it. You do get a first down when you score a touchdown, so they've got the one first down in the game by my count. We've got stats we'll have for you at halftime, as Ryan Jimenez will carry 4 yards to the 39-yard line. I believe that was Ryan carrying the ball again. And it brings up second down at 6.
Is that true? You get a first down on a touchdown?
You do.
I did not know that.
Second down and 6 now from the pistol set with a lead blocker in front. Jimenez runs into one of those defensive backs and then gets a little bit of surge. Picks up 9 yards for a first down. He is having a great game tonight.
Fantastic run right there. It appeared that the tackle was made by number 88, Connor Reed. One of the many that got in there, but I think he was the one that had him down around the waist to try to slow him up. But we're back to seeing Arcadia take advantage of the soft middle right now that the Snowflake Lobos are showing.
Lobo 4-man front digs in. Right straight up the middle again to Jimenez, and he will cross the 50-yard line, gain of 3 on the play. Sorry, but again, I apologize for my voice. It's normally a little more sultry than this. Okay? And that little sound I got going on there, I don't know what, I'm not sure who I sound like, but but that's a beautiful run. I always said it was a beautiful run.
Oh, man. I shouldn't break mine out, but that was pretty good. Pretty good impersonation.
Big,
right there.
beautiful run. Second down and 7 from the Snowflake 49. Play action. Pressure. Throw. Pass caught. Ian Slater. And he'll get a chunk there. Gain on the play of 12 yards and a Titans first down as this offense looks pretty darn good for the Titans.
Ian Slater is the epitome of a quarterback's best friend. Coming in at 6 foot, 195. He's fast, he's big, and he's finding all these open spots so that Zach Smith is able to find him when he gets in pressure situations like he just found himself in.
Tie game and a first down for Arcadia at the Snowflake 37-yard line. Toss it left side. We don't see them go outside the tackles very often, but this time Jimenez is able to get, looks like 4 yards to pick up second down and 6 on the way. It's tied here, 7-7 with 6:49 remaining in the second quarter. And at halftime, the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint halftime report. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done, my young Padawan. Is that the term?
I think so. I haven't watched a whole lot of Star Wars.
At the term? You knew it was Star Wars, though.
I did, yeah.
That's the thing. I don't watch it either. Second down at 6. And Jimenez is unable to spin out of the sure tackle of Hayden Nichols. Nichols will hold him to a 2-yard pickup on the play.
Sometimes, as an offense, you want to get more than 2 yards. As a fan, you want to see that run go for 3 or 4 more yards. But with the way they've moved the ball, sometimes a 2-yard gain is perfectly acceptable. That play had a lot of potential to bounce for more. Just a great tackle from Hayden Nichols to not allow it to be anything more.
So it's third down and 4. Arcadia, 2-man split right, solo receiver on the left. And Jimenez behind the quarterback. He'll get the carry. Nice seal on the right side, and he's able to take it to the 22-yard line. 9-yard pickup on the play, and another first down for the Titans.
Cam Scadaboo style run right here. Looking at this replay, you're going to see Jimenez. He's going to take it, and Irvin King on the receiving end of a big hit. Great, strong, physical run for a quarterback or for a running back that looks pretty lengthy. You don't typically see that style of running from those kinds of running backs, but he just lowered the shoulder with a big hit right there.
So Arcadia, who began this possession at their own 35-yard line, putting together a nifty drive into Snowflake territory. And we approach now 5 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in the first half. Jimenez the carry up the middle to the 20-yard line. Gain of 2 on this play. And going to be interested in seeing all the numbers here at halftime. He will have a decided numerical advantage over his counterpart running the football for Snowflake, Brenner Green, unless in the final moments here this half that Brenner is able to break a couple of long ones off. And Snowflake should get the ball back with at least some time to run some offense before we head out to halftime.
Seeing the time that they'll have left, it'll be very indicative to show what kind of offense that they would typically run at late half situations and see how well they move the ball in that kind of time.
2nd down and 8 from the 20-yard line. Jimenez up the middle, and he is going to dive across the 15-yard line. That should be 7 on the play for Ryan. Looks like they're going to mark him just shy of the first down. So 3rd down and a yard to go, and it's Ryan Jimenez and his guys on that Arcadia offense moving the ball and moving it nicely against Snowflake's defense. Ball at the 13-yard line. Jack Smith is going to go up under center, I formation behind him. Fullback. He might have got it. We'll see. Well, I'm watching the near side linesman, and he is not helping with the spot right there. Carried by Jack Ashley. And we'll say no gain, and you've got about 2.5 feet for a first down.
Fantastic job from the Snowflake Lobos defense, bringing a few extra linemen. They just shot the gaps, made it impossible to get anywhere. But with the way that they've run the ball in their ordinary sets, I wouldn't be surprised to see them, or I would expect them to, but it doesn't look like they're going to, run the way that they've been running, because it's been...
Quarterback sneak, going to get the tush push from his fullback, who is going to draw a flag. They're going to flag Arcadia for assisting the run, and that'll move it. I believe that's a 5-yard penalty, and it should be 4th down and 6 for Arcadia. The fullback Ashley coming from behind. You can't do that. You can't assist here in high school football. This is not the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, we saw this last week. Shadow Mountain did the same thing in the Sholo game, flagged for the same thing. I learned that last week. You can't assist in high school anyways.
And it's unfortunate for Arcadia. Fans are they don't like the call. And I understand that, but it is the stated rule. Unfortunately for Arcadia, they will have to settle for 3 if they can get it from 35 yards. 35-yard field goal attempt on the way. That is pulled left, but it's good. It sneaks in there. Just got inside that left upright. And Arcadia goes ahead 10-7 here in the second quarter, 3:10 on the clock. Snowflake will get it back in a moment. Stand by, everybody. The Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota.
Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint is giving you a chance to win premium tickets to the National Finals Rodeo in Las Vegas. Win 2 tickets, a stay at the MGM Grand, and $1,000 cash. Every customer gets an entry. Insured customers get 2 dinners at Los Corrales and 2 movie tickets. Call Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, and you could be headed to the National Finals Rodeo.
536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you. Woohoo!
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and 77 Subaru has you covered. The 2025 Subaru Forester is the most awarded small SUV in its class, including an IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus, giving you the confidence to take on any road, any season. Get financing as low as 2.9% APR, or drive one home today starting at only $275 a month.
This is Chaz Hatch. Please stop by 77 Subaru in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall, or visit us online at 77subaru.com.
Thank you to Hatch Toyota. They are the presenting sponsors of the Sports Zone Game of the Week. Finding us here tonight at Snowflake High School, the Lobos, with certainly time enough for this team that has some explosiveness and plenty of weapons on offense. They will work from the 20-yard line as this one kicks through the end zone, a touchback, and the Lobos will have it. 1st and 10 at their 20, and 3 minutes and 10 seconds of time left here in this first half on the way to the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint halftime report. Yeah. Pretty good there.
It's only taken me a season to get it, but I'm there.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at those shots. What is tonight? Is it Halloween?
It is.
October 31st. A lot of kids dressed up. I think there's even some adults wearing something today. Here comes Snowflake around the left side. And Brenner Green is limited to a 2-yard pickup. Brenner has not found he has just not found his rhythm yet tonight, has he?
No, not really. Was that his third carry of the night?
Maybe 3, maybe 4. Here's a ball tipped. And Jacob Leduc was staring down his receiver on that time. And that's going to allow an opportunity for the defender, Chase Connolly, to step across there. And Connolly breaks up the pass, make it 3rd down and 8.
One of the techniques you learn as a quarterback, you don't want to stare down your receiver, especially not from snap to throw. And that's exactly what happened right there. Everybody on the defense knew exactly where that ball was going, and you hate to see it, but lucky that one did not end up going the other way.
3rd down and 8, Snowflake. They will split Mason Rabin out to the left side. He is the solo. 3 receivers on the right. They'll go motion, fake it to that person, and throw the wheel routes. And Leduc just led his guy. Just a bit too much. Colton Willis is the guy that they had double wheels coming around that left side, one in front of the other. And it was Willis, the intended receiver. If you drop that one in there, that can be a big first down. He was open in front of the Snowflake bench, but it's incomplete. And it's 4th down and 8.
Looking right here, I actually think Coulter Willis stopped, because I think that had he kept running, that ball is perfectly thrown. But I think he thought maybe he's going somewhere else with it and stopped running.
Snowflake shooting themselves in the foot here and there, and then there's an opportunity right there to move back 5 yards. Illegal procedure on the offense. The new line of scrimmage is the 17-yard line. And that modified punt formation for Snowflake, where they don't really have the punter back the usual 15 yards, and Snowflake's got 3 timeouts to burn. They'll decide to take one of those right now with 2 minutes and 34 seconds remaining here in the half. We're going to grab a timeout. Everybody stand by for it. Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota.
Your neighbors and friends won't have to fake their enthusiasm over your new wall. With the durability and strength of precast Verticrete walls from Hatch Concrete is a solid investment. Enhance your property's value with a 2-sided decorative concrete wall that's as stylish as it is affordable. No yearly repairs or restaining needed. Request a free estimate from Hatch Concrete today, where quality isn't just a name, but a tradition.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and there's no better place to get ready than at 77 Subaru in Show Low. The 2025 Outback is car and driver's editor's choice for being practical, efficient, and comfortable. Plus, it's an IIHS top safety pick. Get financing as low as 0.9% APR, or drive home today for only $275 a month.
This is Chaz Hatch. Please stop by 77 Subaru in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall or visit us online at 77subaru.com.
Snowflake punts away, and the ball will be down at the 42-yard line for the Titans, and they've got now plenty of time and 2 timeouts here as we close out the first half of this Sports Zone Game of the Week broadcast. Snowflake taking on Arcadia. Number 1, Snowflake against number 2, Arcadia. Both undefeated, the only undefeated teams remaining in 4A football. And only one will have an unblemished mark going into the playoffs. Right now, you got to like the way Arcadia is playing football.
Absolutely. Physical on both sides of the ball.
First down at their own 42-yard line. This pass is incomplete. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
While we got a minute here, scoring update from Payson and Sholo. 12-7 in 12-7 in favor of Sholo. down in Payson.
One assumes a second quarter score?
Yes.
Okay. Handoff to Ryan Jimenez. Got a big hole in the middle. And he is able to take it across the Snowflake into Snowflake territory. 11 yards for Jimenez and a first down. He is having a fantastic go at this Snowflake defense.
I don't know what the stats are, but I'm willing to bet he's over 100 at this point.
We're going to find those out at halftime. Find out where that young man sits and what's going on with all these teams. And Snowflake offense has been limited way more than expected, though this Arcadia defense was highly touted and respected coming into the game. 2-yard gain on the play here for the Titans to bring up second down and 8.
As you mentioned, they played a lot of really high-octane offenses over the course of this year, and they have done a fantastic job at shutting them down over the course of those games. And as you mentioned, I expected there to be a little bit more movement from this Snowflake offense, but not to be surprised when you see how well this Arcadia defense has been playing.
So now from the Snowflake 45-yard line, pump fake. There's going to be a defensive holding call on Mason Rabin, who did the only thing he could do when he bit on the first move, and it was a great route by Nicholas McCormick, the receiver. So that'll be a Snowflake penalty on the defensive holding. 1 minute, 11 seconds remaining in the first half.
I want to give this offensive line a shout out here. Fantastic time on that pass, as you'll see right here. All day to have that fake, then throw the pass. And as you mentioned, Mason Rabin biting on it, realizing he was going to be beat, and just giving up the penalty to not give up the touchdown.
Great play call, in the situation.
Yep.
Closing out the half, that defensive back, you kind of expected that he was going to try and look, see an opportunity to take it the other way, and that's exactly what they were able to make him pay for. So first down at the Lobo 35-yard line, and Smith will throw back, and that might be early contact. No, the officials say that the ball and the defender get there at the same time. No flag thrown there, and so you got to count that as a great defensive play by Snowflake.
Let's look at the replay here, because I agreed with you. I thought it was early. Let's see what happens right here. He rolls out, gets his eyes downfield. Oh, I mean, that's tie goes to the runner. I don't know.
Is. I mean, you can't play it much better than the Snowflake defender did right there, and I didn't even see who that was. To give the credit, shame on me. Brings us second down here. Did stop the clock. We go under now, a minute remaining here in the first half, and Arcadia will call a timeout. Timeout with a 3rd down and 10, staring them in the face after Jimenez gains nothing on that play. And we've got 56 seconds left in the first half. At halftime, it's the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint halftime report.
Here we go. We can see who got that, who was able to make the play right there. That looks like Coulter Willis right there, timing that perfectly.
Yeah, that's Willis. I think that's him right there with the helmet off.
Yep, that's him right there. Younger brother of a teammate of mine, Tanner Willis, one of the fastest guys I've had the privilege of watching run.
So a 0 gain on that last play. Snowflake trying to keep Arcadia at least, at a minimum, at a field goal range. Arcadia has shown that they have a very varied offense. They can kind of do anything they want to do. At least it's in the playbook. We'll see what they do on 3rd down and 10. Look over the middle. And that's just going to be off the fingertips of Ian Slater, who might have been thinking about that Willis hit on the last receiver. And it's incomplete. Did he get the alligator hands? I don't know. We might see on the replay. Maybe a pass he should have caught, but it's incomplete. Bring up 4th down and 10. Yeah, you got to catch that.
I agree with that, but also if you're Zach Smith, you've got to bring that down. Otherwise, in tighter defense, that's a hospital ball that you don't like to see. So Zach Smith, bring that ball down, and you might be walking in the end zone.
Titans have one timeout left. They'll go for it on 4th down and 10, trying to draw that defense. Snap it. Smith. Slater. He's got it inside the 20-yard line. That is going to produce, they're going to mark him right at the 20. A 15-yard gain on that 4th down conversion and a first down with the clock rolling and 43 seconds remaining here in the half. Are they going to clock it? Are they going to throw? Over the middle. And it's knocked out, loose on the ground, and it looks like the Titans will have it and actually lose yardage on the play, and they very quickly call their final timeout here of the half. They lose 2 yards on a play that was probably going to go for about 8 on that one, and now we'll see what they do with 22 seconds remaining, and now they're out of timeouts.
I was curious to see if they were going to maybe roll this an incomplete pass, but he definitely caught it 2 feet down, made a football move before that ball got punched out. Fantastic job from Arcadia to recover to that and fall on it and give themselves a chance to maybe get another field goal or maybe another touchdown, depending on what their coach is thinking. But get another chance at scoring the ball here.
So, my young Padawan, is that the term?
I think so. I'm going to go with it because I don't have anything to say.
or I could call you Grasshopper.
Yep, that's probably better.
Okay, Grasshopper. Did you know that play right there for minus 2 yards, I have that as the first negative yardage play in the game.
For both teams?
For either team.
Wow.
I mean, if you don't count penalties.
Yeah.
2nd down and 12. Smith over the middle. Boy, he likes to throw it there, doesn't he? And did you see what he did? He saw that the defense was all over that. They had that thing sniffed out. And it's like he tried to either hold on to it or intentionally threw the ball at the feet of the defenders right there. And I just got to say that was a wise decision by Jack Smith. It's incomplete.
Yeah, I thought he looked like he was trying to pull that back, realizing that he was throwing a hospital ball right there.
Ball at the 22-yard line. From here, it would be a 39-yard field goal attempt. It is 3rd down. They will not get a field goal off if they stay in the field of play. They're going to complete it left side, short of the first down. Pass good for only 4 yards to the 18, and here comes the place-kicking team.
And out comes the kicker, and that's number 35, Caleb Young. He's shown he's got a leg. He's hit one from this same distance, I believe. This might be a yard closer.
Got out of bounds to stop the clock with 15 seconds remaining in the half. And the Titans will try a 35-yard field goal. Timeout, Snowflake. They will try to ice the kicker. There's head coach Trevor Reddick in his first year at the helm for Snowflake, and with all the success Snowflake has had over the last few years, Trevor comes out and gives them an undefeated regular season if they win this one tonight.
He's one of those guys. He was an assistant coach during my time there. Great football mind, great motivator. That's something that I would, if I had to describe him in one word as a coach, fantastic motivator. He's one of those guys that he can get people to do anything he needs them to do. One of those guys that he has your back, if you're willing to show that you have his.
Oh, so it's conditional love. I got it.
As I said that, I thought, that's a little conditional.
35-yard field goal try for Arcadia. Slater will hold it. That's a line drive kick. Hits the upright. And it's going to doink off there. No good. So Snowflake defensively, they worked hard. They denied the 6, and then they get a break on the kick that was pulled a little bit hard left. Now, I was going to suggest that side of the field might be a little bit of a problem for Caleb Young. As you watch, just comes out with a real serious hook and a side spin. Because the first time he kicked that field goal, I thought it was wide left. If you remember me calling that earlier on in the game, the earlier kick try snuck in the left side. I mean, he did pull that one pretty hard as well. So, but something going on with him.
He definitely had the benefit of having that right hash as well.
Jacob Leduc.
That's Jacob Leduc, a nice chunk of yards.
And a 20-yard gain for Jacob. Takes us down to just 2 seconds remaining in the half, and I think the time, once they move the chains, time's going to run out. No, Snowflake's going to preserve those 2 seconds with a timeout, their final timeout. Let's see what they can do in an effort to try and you got to score a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have enough time to get into field goal range.
No, but with all the weapons that they have between Christian Smith, Gian Jones, Mason Rabin, and number 6 at Ash Reedhead, those are all guys that can go up and get a ball. So let's see what they dial up here, because you have the weapons to make a score here. It's just all about the play call and if you can identify a weakness on this Arcadia defense.
Jacob Leduc produces the longest gain from scrimmage in the first half so far for Snowflake. Can they top it right here on what is going to be their final play? A little throwback and a screen pass to number 33, Brenner Green. And Brenner, he topped it. Brenner topped it with a 24-yard pass reception that closes out the first half. In a low-scoring, hard-fought game between two teams that bring plenty of defense to bear, and they did here in the first half of this one. Our score going into halftime, Arcadia 10, Snowflake 7 in the battle. Number 1 versus number 2. The Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint halftime report. It's on the way, everybody. Stand by for it. This is the Sports Zone Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota.
Hatch Toyota will pay top dollar for your trade, whether you buy a vehicle from us or not. Get a free appraisal. Get a free Carfax report. Get a check. And we'll pay you up to 120% above Kelley Blue Book value. Hatch Toyota is buying quality late model vehicles. Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall. Get an appraisal. Get a check. We want your vehicle and are willing to pay for it. Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall and HatchToyota.com.
According to eyewitnesses, the guy went in and didn't come out. That was 2 days ago. His wife is worried. His boss has called. The latest report says he didn't know what hit him. A Lazy Boy recliner called his name, and that was that. This may be a hostage situation. For the best selection of Lazy Boy recliners, sofas, and sectionals, head to the Furniture Gallery, where they have furniture so comfortable, it's almost a crime.
It started with a dream, simple, honest, and rooted in the White Mountains of Arizona. That dream shaped legends, and those legends built Perkins Cinders. Through decades of ethic and hard work, the business became more than a name. Perkins Cinders, built by legends, driven by purpose.
Beeman Well Drilling is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio and the Friday Night Football Show, and they give support to each and every school and team in the White Mountains. Just like Sports Zone Radio, Beeman Drilling has the kind of experience that makes them the best at what they do. Paul Wyatt is the guy to talk to, and he'll take your call anytime, day or night, 537-1031. Or better yet, call him right on his cell phone, 928-205-7647. This football season, go deep with Beeman Drilling.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and 77 Subaru has you covered. The 2025 Subaru Forester is the most awarded small SUV in its class, including an IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus, giving you the confidence to take on any road, any season. Get financing as low as 2.9% APR, or drive one home today starting at only $275 a month.
This is Chaz Hatch. Please stop by 77 Subaru in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall, or visit us online at 77subaru.com.
Welcome to the Mountain Mobile Halftime. A complete first half breakdown of tonight's Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week broadcast. This is the Mountain Mobile Halftime.
Hey, back in here at Snowflake High School. Welcome, football fans. Welcome to our production of the Sports Zone Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota. And I beg your forgiveness on my voice, which I hope isn't terribly annoying to you out there. Thanks for joining us on the broadcast here tonight. A low-scoring first half between number 1 ranked Snowflake, undefeated 9-0. Number 2 ranked Arcadia, also undefeated at 9-0 coming into this one. A lot of common opponent stuff where Arcadia on paper looked like they might be a slightly better football team based on the number of points they score, the number of points they allow, and the scoreboard is reflecting that right now. Close game and a 10-7 Arcadia lead. Floyd Simmons along with Trey Schneider here on the call. And those two bigger plays that Snowflake had to close out the half, the 20-yard Jacob Leduc run, the 24-yard Brenner Green pass catch, the screen pass. I mean, outside of that, Snowflake really didn't do a lot on offense in that first half. The touchdown they got, the one score they got, was set up by a bad snap, long snap by Arcadia that had to be covered up by the punter at the 5-yard line, so Snowflake had to go 5 yards. They did that in 2 plays. Brenner Green 1-yard touchdown run. This Snowflake offense has needed a lift, and I don't know if those final 2 plays are going to do anything for them in the second half, but what do you think the conversation is in the locker room right now?
In the Snowflake locker room, I think first and foremost, you want to talk about those last 2 plays and be like, this is something that we can do going forward. Now, obviously, you're not going to get 20 yards, 24 yards every play, but you've just shown that you can do it. It's not impossible. And so you're able to go in and just say, like, look what we've just done. How can we capitalize and continue to move the ball in this manner? And, maybe, we don't get it in 24 yards, but let's get 3, 4, 5-yard chunks at a time, and we're in this game. In the Arcadia locker room, you're up right now, but you've also had a lot of opportunities to do more and have just had a few balls not go your way. And so you're also feeling pretty good and just saying, hey, I know it's a tight game. Don't beat yourselves down. Keep doing what you're doing, and the ball's going to continue to, fall where they will, but they're playing in such a way that they're going to find that those balls will start rolling in their direction.
10-7 halftime score, Arcadia leading Snowflake. A little later on in halftime, we will look at the statistics from the first half. Those statistics show that Snowflake has a total of 71 yards of offense in the first half. And as all the Lobos have managed, Arcadia, 200 yards. And even 200 yards of offense, Arcadia also has a distinct advantage in time of possession because Snowflake has gone 3 and out multiple times in that half. Time of possession, 18 minutes and 35 seconds. 18 minutes, 35 seconds. Time of possession for Arcadia. For the Snowflake Lobos in the first half, 5 minutes and 25 seconds. You would figure, you'd have to believe, you won't get that kind of disparity in the second half.
No, I don't think that that's something that your statisticians are telling the coaches to worry about right now. Time of possession, while that is a very telling statistic of, the game, typically the team that controls the ball wins the game more often than not. But with both of these teams playing physical, I don't think that that's necessarily going to be the case.
We're going to have a deeper look at the stats here coming up in a few minutes. Let me run you through the scoring. There wasn't much. Snowflake got the ball second. It was Arcadia with the first possession. They went 3 and out. Snowflake got it, returned the favor. They went 3 and out. And then Arcadia, starting from their own 15-yard line in that first quarter, on their second possession, commenced to go on a 7-play, 85-yard scoring drive. It took 4 minutes and 2 seconds, and at the end of it, a 31-yard Ryan Jimenez touchdown run, and it was a thing of beauty as he bounced it outside and he skirted down that left sideline in front of the Snowflake bench to get that score. He opened up the scoring, and Arcadia, with the point after, led it 7-0 with 5:24 on the clock in the first quarter. Continuing on in that first quarter, Snowflake was able to answer and get their first score after Arcadia forced into a punt situation, delivered a bad snap to the punter. It was over his head. He tried to pick it up, couldn't do it, and then had to dive on it. Covered up at the 5-yard line. So Snowflake got a huge break there in what essentially was a fumble recovered by the punt team. Snowflake taking over at the 5-yard line. 2 plays later, after a Jacob Leduc 4-yard run and then a Brenner Green 1-yard touchdown run, they're in the end zone. Snowflake got their points that they put up in the half on that play there. Brenner Green, a 1-yard touchdown run, and the kick was good to make it 7-7. I believe that was the 15th rushing touchdown of the season for Brenner Green. Well, the teams traded punches for a while from that point forward, and then in the second quarter, Arcadia would go on a 10-play drive from their 35 that stalled but allowed them to get into field goal range. They were able to deliver a 35-yard field goal. It was Caleb Young knocking it through. That came with 3:10 remaining in the first half, and that put Arcadia in front 10-7. Titans had one more chance, did a good job moving the ball into Snowflake territory, set up for a field goal try. But they did pull the kick left. They missed their field goal attempt there late in the second half, and that effectively ended either team's scoring opportunities. Snowflake with a couple of big plays from scrimmage on their last possession there, but time ran out on them. And in the first half, our score here is Arcadia 10, Snowflake 7. Grab this timeout. We will return in a moment with a look at statistics and continue with more of the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint halftime report right after this.
Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint is giving you a chance to win premium tickets to the National Finals Rodeo in Las Vegas. Win 2 tickets, a stay at the MGM Grand, and $1,000 cash. Every customer gets an entry. Insured customers get 2 dinners at Los Corrales and 2 movie tickets. Call Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, and you could be headed to the National Finals Rodeo.
5365972 Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you. Woohoo!
The 25s have gotta go at Hatch Toyota in Sholo. Save thousands at every remaining 25 Toyota car, truck, and crossover. Now pay factory invoice. You pay the exact price we pay from the factory. No markups, hassles, or negotiating. Plus, we have financing starting as low as 0% for 72 months. This is the lowest price of the year on every remaining 2025 Toyota. Hurry, when they're gone, they're gone. Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall and HatchToyota.com.
I won't lose a deal over $1, and you have my word on it.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing your best of the White Mountains 2025 Best Propane Company, Owens Energy. In fact, it's their 5th consecutive win in a row. Owens has been proudly serving our community for more than 25 years, supporting local organizations, providing dependable service, and now an official partner of the Sports Zone's Friday Night Football Show. It's all about propane at Owens Energy, a local family-owned business with friendly, reliable service right here in Arizona's White Mountains. Owens Energy, your White Mountains propane provider.
The gridiron is where teams come to battle and dominate. With over 5 decades of knowledge and expertise, manpower, and a whole lot of horsepower, Perkins Cinders is that all-star teammate you need to dominate your project. They deliver all things dirt, from gravel, cinders, topsoil mulch, concrete materials, and more. Want to score big? Use the one that will get you that win. Perkins Cinders is helping you get a load of this.
According to eyewitnesses, the guy went in and didn't come out. That was 2 days ago. His wife is worried. His boss has called. The latest report says he didn't know what hit him. A Lazy Boy recliner called his name, and that was that. This may be a hostage situation. For the best selection of Lazy Boy recliners, sofas, and sectionals, head to the Furniture Gallery, where they have furniture so comfortable, it's almost a crime.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and there's no better place to get ready than at 77 Subaru in Sholo. The 2025 Outback is car and driver's editor's choice for being practical, efficient, and comfortable. Plus, it's an IIHS top safety pick. Get financing as low as 0.9% APR, or drive home today for only $275 a month.
This is Chaz Hatch. Please stop by 77 Subaru in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall, or visit us online at 77subaru.com.
Well, there's plenty of time left here in halftime. There's about 5 minutes before we actually kick off for the second half, and the Snowflake Lobos are already out on the field from their discussion at halftime. They didn't spend a lot of time, Trey Schneider. They're back out in a hurry, and that tells me that they just feel like they know what to do. They're going to stick with the game plan, and let's just keep doing more of what we know we're supposed to do, I guess.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to watch any of their games this year, but one thing I've heard is that this is a second-half team. They feel very confident in their ability to come out and execute in the second half. As a fan, you don't love that typically because you don't want to have the cardiac issues in the first half. But coming out early, I think that the Snowflake Lobos team is wanting to just keep that momentum that they had there at the end of the second quarter right there, getting 44 yards of their, you said it was 71, I believe, and having the ability to come back out with that momentum. You don't want to lose that in the locker room.
Let's have a look at the numbers from the first half. Arcadia in front here, 10-7 in this showdown of two unbeatens and the top-ranked teams in 4A football. Arcadia with that decided advantage in time of possession, 18 minutes and 35 seconds. They picked up 13 first downs in the first half with 200 yards of total offense. They ran 40 offensive plays. They really did have the ball a lot. And their average offensive gain per play, 5 yards. 146 yards rushing as a team, including one rushing touchdown. 54 yards passing for Arcadia. And something very notable that the Snowflake defense did do was they held Jack Smith, the quarterback, well under his near 70% pass completions for the season. He only completed 43.8% of his first half passes on 7 of 16 attempts for 54 yards. No touchdowns, no interceptions for Smith in the first half. Arcadia was penalized 3 times for 20 yards. They fumbled it once, but did not lose that fumble. That was on that snap over the punter's head. They might have actually had one other fumble. They did, and they recovered it for a loss of 2 yards. So it was actually 2 fumbles in that first half for Arcadia.
I thought that was the one fumble. Was there another one?
Well, the snap over the punter's head is a fumble.
Yes.
And so 2 fumbles, but they did not lose any of them. So no turnovers. No turnovers in that first half for either one of these teams. Zach Smith, 7 of 16, 54 yards. And did not make any real mistakes, but also Snowflake's defense tightening up in coverage. And the windows were very, very narrow for Smith through most of that first half. His leading receiver, Ian Slater, caught 2 passes for 27 yards. Jax Ashley caught 1 pass for 12 yards. Nicholas McCormick, 1 catch, 7 yards. Connor Cams, 1 catch for 6 yards. Ryan Jimenez pulled in 1 pass for 4 yards. John Wieland had 1 catch, and that was that -2 on the fumble. Running the football, Ryan Martinez. I knew I was going to make that mistake at some point. We knew a Ryan Martinez playing for Blue Ridge many years back. Ryan Jimenez, 22 carries in the first half. 22 carries, 142 yards, averaging 6.5. And a touchdown scored. It's a 32-yard touchdown for him. He had a great half. Snowflake knew he would be called on to carry a lot of the load, and they just did not have a steady game plan to stop him. Jax Ashley carried it 2 times for 4 yards. One of those was it's a 3rd or 4th down conversion for him. So that was big in the first half for Arcadia. Snowflake was outgained by a lot. I mentioned 200 total yards of offense for Arcadia. Snowflake had 71 total yards in that first half. 3 first downs, that's it. 3 of the first half, 5 minutes and 25 seconds. Time of possession. They only ran 16 total offensive plays.
Compared to the 40 from Arcadia.
Think about it. Yeah. All of that's got to be completely redirected for Snowflake. Average offensive gain, 4.4 yards, is not that much worse than Arcadia. They just did not get a chance to run a lot of plays. And that would be their own fault. 37 yards rushing for Snowflake. 34 yards passing in that first half. Penalized 4 times for 25 yards. They did not fumble. They did not turn the ball over at all in the first half. Jacob Leduc completed 4 of 8 passes for 34 yards. And his leading receiver was Brenner Green, 1 catch, 24 yards. Final play of the half. Coulter Willis caught 1 pass for 6 yards. Nash Reed had 1 catch for 3 yards. Gian Jones, 1 pass reception for a single yard in that first half. Jacob Leduc, 4 rushes for 30 yards, leads the team, 7.5 yards per carry. And he got 20 on that final run that he had in the first half. And Brenner Green, 4 carries, 7 yards. That is not going to get it done for the Snowflake offense. They need way more production from both those guys in the second half.
Especially when you're looking at it from the case of Brenner Green. That guy is the heartbeat of that offense. He makes life very hard for opposing defenses, and to just have 4 carries, that's not going to be conducive to many winning games.
Give a ton of credit to Arcadia. Give a ton of credit to their head coach, BJ Pasquale, and the game plan they have come in with. Their men have executed extremely well, and they have limited Snowflake. So what you're looking at, what you're seeing right there. And they have 1 24-yard pass play from scrimmage and 1 20-yard gain from scrimmage running the football. That was Jacob Leduc. And outside of that, scant little offense for the Lobos, who will get the ball first here to start the second half. We wrap up the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint halftime reports and bring you in for the second half now. Welcome back in, everybody, to the Sports Zone Game of the Week. It's presented by Hatch Toyota. Number 1, Snowflake. Number 2, Arcadia. With the Titans leading the Lobos 10-7 as the second half gets underway. I'm Floyd Simmons. Our broadcast partner is Trey Schneider. And here we go. I think this first offensive possession for Snowflake, they got to set a new tone for themselves, Trey.
Absolutely. This is now the time that you've got to show Arcadia that first half was not how you wanted to play football.
Jacob Leduc, he was running all the way, trying to follow his guy, and get a great block downfield for Brenner Green. Leduc still on his feet into Arcadia territory, and Snowflake's biggest gain from scrimmage is going to electrify the Lobo fans. Jacob Leduc with that marvelous speed of his, and he will take it on a 48-yard ride into Arcadia territory.
Just what we said. You got to set the tone. Great job, Jacob Leduc, getting outside, running behind his blockers, being very patient. That run doesn't happen if he doesn't stay patient. Great job from everybody up front.
They hand it up the middle, and they're looking for Brenner Green to get loose here, get going. He gains just the 2 yards here on this first down effort.
Brenner Green, look at him down the field making some big blocks.
Selfless play by the Snowflake running back. 2nd down and 8. Fake it. Throw it left side. Wide open. Pass caught. Willis. And that's Coulter Willis. They're going to mark him down at the 20. Which I find curious. Okay.
Interesting.
Here's your line of scrimmage. Gain of 13 on that last play. Brenner Green trying to get that edge. Brenner is able to get something out of it. How about a gain of 6 yards? 6 yards, line of scrimmage, the 14-yard line.
It's starting to get a little colder here, and one of the key indicators of that, you'll see Arcadia on this run. They don't go for Brenner's legs because that's going to hurt. They're hitting him up high, and that's going to allow Brenner, with all the strength that he has, continue to make big runs.
2nd down and 4. Green up the middle. He's got some room. Cross the 5. Brenner Green. He'll carry that defense into the end zone for a Snowflake touchdown. And Snowflake on that 14-yard Brenner Green run will take their first lead of the football game.
That is a man's run right there. He carried everybody with him to the end zone. And talk about setting the tone. Was that 4 plays?
That is a 4-play. That is a 4-play scoring drive. The 5-play. Make that.
5-play, 80-yard drive right there. Looking at this replay, look at this, just staying strong. Arcadia not hitting low. That's the only way you're going to bring a guy down like Brenner Green effectively is you've got to get him at the legs, and they're failing to do so right now. But I don't blame him. I wouldn't want to get down there either. That looks like that hurts.
Snowflake has had their whole MO this season has been get a slow start and then start picking it up in the second half. Little jump throw, pass caught, 2-point conversion. Good on the catch by Nash Reedhead. Grab a timeout, everybody. Snowflake striking first in the second half. Now leading 15-10. The Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota.
You don't have to drive hours for top-notch healthcare. We've got it right here at White Mountain Regional Medical Center's Rural Health Clinic in Springerville. Heart skipping a beat? Our cardiologists have you covered. Achy feet? Our podiatry team's a step ahead. From pulmonology to orthopedics and mental and behavioral health, we treat you, not just the chart. White Mountain Regional Medical Center, empowering a healthier community.
Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint is giving you a chance to win premium tickets to the National Finals Rodeo in Las Vegas. Win 2 tickets, a stay at the MGM Grand, and $1,000 cash. Every customer gets an entry. Insured customers get 2 dinners at Los Corrales and 2 movie tickets. Call Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, and you could be headed to the National Finals Rodeo.
536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you. Woohoo!
Well, here in our game, the Sports Zone Game of the Week broadcast presented by Hatch Toyota. Snowflake 15, Arcadia 10. And over in Payson, the Sholo Cougars have an 18-13 halftime lead over the Longhorns. Arcadia return to the 31-yard line. First down for the Titans. Jack Smith, Ryan Jimenez and company come on out for this Titans team. Now, I haven't seen any indication that the elevation is a problem for the Titans. I wonder, does it become an issue as we advance further into the second half? What do you think?
Typically, that's a factor that is indicative or seen anyways in the first half, and that we haven't much. But I do think the cold is starting to become a factor.
The cold. I don't feel like it's all that cold, to be honest with you. Ryan Jimenez off right tackle. And he is going to tumble down at the 40-yard line. Gain of 9 on the play for Jimenez. What a first half he had. What was it, 147 in the first half?
142.
142 sounds about right, yeah. 142 yards, add 9 more right there. And it's now second down. And 1. Here's a chance right here. Here's a golden opportunity to maybe take a shot downfield. And they're going to throw. And they're going to throw deep, right side. Boy, look at the speed. You know, Snowflake's got tons of speed on defense. That coverage man there, Mason Rabin, is fast. But he did not have the wheels to hang with Connor Cams. And all it took there was a little bit better pass. And Arcadia might be celebrating a quick answer to the Snowflake touchdown.
Yeah, looking at this replay, ball's a little overthrown. Not much you can do about that if you're Connor. But like you said, that was fast.
So now third down and 1 from the pistol. We'll see what Jimenez is going to do with it. Yeah, he gets it. We'll also get the first down, gain of 3 yards on the play to move the chains.
This Arcadia front is just doing fantastic work. The likes of number 55, Mafu. That's interesting. Double name. I like it. You've also had Malo Sosa, who's been killing it on the left tackle area. You got the center, number 64, Walter Driggs. Those guys are doing a great job getting good push.
Diamond formation with the receivers on the left side. Try to set up that screen. Jimenez. And he goes forward for a gain of 6. Now, I don't know what happened. One of the defenders crashing down, trying to break up that formation. And it was either the Titans fans or the Snowflake fans reacted to that. I didn't see what happened here.
4 yards to go, second down.
Oh, blocking the back.
Blocking the back, yeah.
Missed that one. That was pretty obvious.
That's what the Snowflake fans were looking at. 6-yard pickup Ball at the 49-yard line of Snowflake, and Jimenez will bounce out to the right side. And he's going to get a yard out of it. He's right at midfield, so gain of 1 on the play. 8:38 on the clock in the third quarter. Listening to this broadcast across the White Mountains on Mix 98 KRFM. Thanks for joining us there, everybody. And it is a 15-10 Snowflake lead here in the third quarter. Arcadia at midfield. Third down, 3. Connor Cam split left. They're going to fake it and look his direction. And ill-advised, great coverage by Gian Jones. That thing goes incomplete. Gian was blanketing Connor Cams with the coverage, and it's 4th down and 3.
I think that might have been a throwaway. He had a lot of pressure in his face right here from number 64, Jack Butler. And I think he's just trying to get, oh, that's close enough. That was not a throwaway. Like you said, ill-advised throw.
Well, he threw to the wrong guy. He had a shorter receiver there that had the first down yardage and was wide open, but he was looking for the bigger chunk there. 4th down and 3, they're going for it. Empty backfield. Jack Smith standing tall. Now he'll take off and run and slide in with a first down. Well done by Smith. He gains the 5 to the Snowflake 45, and that's a first down.
Smart play right there. The coverage downfield was fantastic. I think the rush lane integrity wasn't great. Left a wide open gap up the middle, and that allowed Zach Smith to just sneak up and get the 5 yards they needed for the first down.
Smith able to get the team to convert, move the chains. We've got 7.5 minutes remaining third quarter. 2 flankers left. And it's Jimenez up the middle. Ryan's got a single yard on the play. He runs into a whole bunch of those Lobo defenders. I got a couple of guys involved in that. Is that Seth Farnsworth? Is one of those guys? I'm not sure about that. Also, Ziggy Ulberg, the freshman, was there on the play as well.
Just a great Lobo tackle. It seemed like they had about 6 or 7 of those guys right there in on that tackle.
So after that, no gain. 2nd down and 10. Maybe a yard gain on the last play. 2nd down and 9, call it that. And that's going to be a fresh base in the running game out there to gain 5 yards. This is Joseph Hala. Number 15, junior running back, carrying the ball for his first time today. And he'll pick up 5 yards.
Looking at this right here, great job from Jackson Merrill, Gian Jones, and Hayden Nichols. They all set the edge and made that not ideal for running in this cold weather.
3rd down and 4. Arcadia's done a good job converting today. Does the Snowflake defense have it in them? We'll see. Smith rolling. He'll get that first down as he steps out. Needed 4, and he got 5. It's an Arcadia first down. And they are now, that matches the most plays from scrimmage on a single possession for them. We're looking at the 11th play of this drive coming up next.
That's the trade-off right there, as we saw in that play. Snowflake is doing a great job covering receivers down the field, and Arcadia, fully aware of that. They're getting Zach Smith out on the edge to give him a chance to run in the event that happens, and he's able to break the pocket at no fault of anybody to get that first down.
15-10 the score. Snowflake in front. Arcadia marching. We'll give it to Jimenez. He gets 2 before his forward progress is stopped. Well, now they mark it to just a 1-yard gain. A 1-yard gain on that play for Ryan Jimenez. 2nd down and 9.
So far on this drive, it looks like Snowflake is owning first downs, and then downs 2 through 4 are all Arcadia. And Snowflake's got to do more. It's not just a one-down drive. You've got to shut them down over the course of multiple plays.
The Titans line up at the Lobo 33-yard line. 2nd down and 9. Ian Slater in motion. They mix up in the backfield. They flip it on the reverse. Snowflake trying to speed and get there, and they do. That was terrific defense for Snowflake. Jackson Merrill chasing down Connor Cams on a play that was fraught with disaster from the start. It ends up being a loss on the play of 5 yards. 5 yards lost, only the second time I think today that we've seen loss of yardage on any play on offense from either team. Great job by Merrill.
As you mentioned, that play right there between Smith running into Jimenez and then just the broken, slow play, slow developing. Merrill, great job, great tackle.
Snowflake fans making some noise. 3rd down at 14. 4 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And we get it. Illegal procedure, or false start, one of the two. 5-yard penalty on the Arcadia offense.
You see it right there. Zach Smith upset. He thinks that he jumped offside. He's pointing over at number 64, Jack Butler. Butler's allowed to jump. He just doesn't have to cross the plane. But his left tackle right there, that being Malu Sosa, he flinched, and that's going to get called every time.
I don't think we've seen Arcadia in this kind of situation. 3rd down and 19. They're going to throw a pass out right side to Jimenez. That's good for 2 yards. It'll bring up 4th and very long, and Arcadia will have to surrender the football, I do believe.
We've seen Caleb Young on his kickoffs boot these into mid to back of the end, or back of the end zone. It'd be interesting to see, but I think they're just going to punt it away.
They're lining up like it's 4-down territory, spread offense, 3 receivers left, empty backfield. Jack Smith, the quarterback. And a timeout taken by Arcadia. Now, I don't understand it. In a close game like this, timeout's so precious. This is what drives me nuts. We talked about it before in the season, you and I, Trey. But to do that in that situation, I don't know, maybe you're trying to deke the defense. I don't know, but it's 4th and 17. I mean, even if you got something out of the defense, if the defense maybe jumped a little, you get 5 more yards. I don't know. Maybe that puts you in field goal range. I'm not sure. But to call a timeout with 3:06 on the clock in the third quarter, and I'm telling you, they're going to come out and punt the football now?
Yeah.
I just don't like that expenditure of resources.
No, in a game like this, number 1 and number 2, you've had good momentum, but you've lost it here at the start of the second half. This is a terrible time to use a timeout. If this was the first half, burn them. You can't take them to the second half. Use them when you want them. That timeout right there could come back to bite them later on, and you would hate to see that if that is the case.
Now, on the other hand, if they convert right here, Coach Pasquale and that staff over there look like geniuses. We'll find out. 4th down and 17. From the gun, they're going for it. Clean pocket, lots of time. Crossing route, that's Ian Slater. There's your first down. Slater goes inside the 15-yard line. That is huge. And Coach BJ Pasquale is a genius. What a timeout he took.
Oh, man. I mean, I guess that's the point where I say, I guess, eggs on my face. But, wow, what a play call. What a gutsy play call in a huge game.
It was 4th and 17. They got 30 yards on that play. Ball marked out at the 11-yard line. Ian Slater making the big play for the Titans. They'll run from the pistol. Toss it. Jimenez, right side. Getting some blocks on that edge. Turns it up, squares those shoulders. Gains 6 yards. Knocked down at the 5-yard line. Terrific run by Jimenez as Arcadia. Again, going back on that 4th down and 17. Dialed up the perfect play. I thought they were going to punt the football.
Yeah. But looking at that, Arcadia starting to take back some of that momentum. putting together a very well-sustained drive, taking gutsy chances, and it's worked out so far. So maybe that's why we're in the booth and not coaching.
Jack Smith goes up under center. 2nd down and 4 from the 5. Jimenez, left side, a little stutter. And he is going to crash into that defense and then go down at about the 1-yard line. I think that'll be good for the first down. Should bring up 1st and goal. It is. 4-yard gain on the play for Jimenez. And we will be staring at play number 17 of this offensive possession for the Titans. They began at their own 31-yard line with it. And they have been, that defense for Snowflake has been on the field for a long time. They've been on the field for 8 minutes and 55 seconds. I formation. Jimenez into the line of scrimmage, into that offensive line, and he's across for the Arcadia touchdown. Snowflake, they tried. They didn't want to yield. They did not want to break. They bent just enough as Jimenez able to back his way, you see, across for the points, and that's an Arcadia touchdown.
This Snowflake defense needs to do a better job of getting themselves off of the field. They had many opportunities, and that's going to be something that, regardless of the outcome of this game, they're going to have to look at going into next week.
It's Arcadia retaking the lead. They're going to try to get the 2, and they do. Jack Smith rolls out. Smith goes in untouched to add 2 points and put Arcadia now in front, 18-15. What a game here in Snowflake. 1:32 left in the quarter. Third quarter. Stand by. The Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota.
It started with a dream. Simple, honest, and rooted in the White Mountains of Arizona. That dream shaped legends, and those legends built Perkins Cinders. Through decades of ethic and hard work, the business became more than a name. Perkins Cinders, built by legends, driven by purpose.
Step into the world where every bloom tells a story at the Bloom House Floral Design Shop. From enchanting decor to lifelike artificial florals that stay stunning year-round, we craft magic for your home, your holidays, and your biggest moments. Need a custom arrangement or a centerpiece that wows? We'll design it just for you. No fairy godmother required. The Bloom House, located in Pinetop and Show Low, is where imagination blossoms and every day becomes more beautiful.
How about the Arcadia Titans? 17-play, 69-yard scoring drive. And it took 9 minutes and 3 seconds of clock to do it. Ryan Jimenez finishing off with the 1-yard touchdown run. But the key play of that whole drive was that 30-yard 4th and 17 conversion on the Jack Smith pass to Ian Slater. Set up Arcadia for the touchdown. And what a great job this Titans team did executing that entire 9 minutes. And they find themselves on top. Snowflake from the 20. They haven't had a chance to return a kickoff yet today, I don't think. Jacob Leduc bounces off the first tackler. And then he is going to get spun down, wrestled down. Making that tackle out there is Grayson Stoff, sophomore defender. And it'll be a gain of 4 yards on the play for Leduc.
Arcadia doing a great job flattening that play, not allowing Leduc to get vertical. And that's what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to force Leduc horizontal versus vertical, and they're going to be able to do what they want with this offense.
2nd and 6. Leduc is looking left. I mean, he is staring that direction. Does have a guy. Pass is caught. And I think that's going to be a Lobo first down.
Coulter Willis there with the catch.
Gain of 6 for Coulter.
And while we wait for the next play, 21-18, pacing over Sholo with 8:04 in the third quarter.
Say that again.
21-18, pacing over Sholo.
What a game. Back and forth at Longhorn Stadium, handoff up the middle. And Brenner Green is going to carry that one for a gain of 5 on the play. Gain of 5 out to the Lobo 35-yard line. We've got 35 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Clock ticking down. It's Arcadia 18, Snowflake 15. And the quarterback run the sweep around the right side. Cuts it back against the grain. Gets hit, stays on his feet, keeps on going. There's a marker down, but Jacob Leduc is going to go out near midfield with what will be apparently a 15-yard gain. We're going to have to find out if somebody gave him an illegal block, though, and they did. Holding against the offense is going to erase that 15-yard play. And right now, 18 seconds on the clock, pending the official starting the timer again here.
And as I mentioned, Arcadia, they want to force Jacob Leduc to go horizontal, not just because you obviously don't want him to gain yards, but typically when these runs go horizontal like this is what happens. Your linemen, they don't want to hold blocks for too long because they're fighting for their lives. And so when you stretch these out super wide, you're going to find that you're just going to get more holds more often than not.
It's a good-looking highlight, it's not going to go anywhere. Second down and 14, throw deep, man wide open, that's Willis. He catches at midfield. Willis, one man to beat, cuts it back, and he's to the 31-yard line. Coulter Willis with a huge play, and the Lobos are into Arcadia territory.
And Coulter Willis is going to get up a little shaken up there. It looks like his left leg.
He was somehow absolutely wide open. Watch it right here. That's a 43-yard gain for the Snowflake first down. We'll get the final seconds ticking off the clock right here as you take one last look at that replay, and then we're going to flip sides of the field. Snowflake down to the 31-yard line of Arcadia. Look at this game. Look at this score. Arcadia 18, Snowflake 15, and the fourth quarter is next. The Sports Zone Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota.
Hatch Toyota will pay top dollar for your trade, whether you buy a vehicle from us or not. Get a free appraisal. Get a free Carfax report. Get a check. And we'll pay you up to 120% above Kelley Blue Book value. Hatch Toyota is buying quality late model vehicles. Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall. Get an appraisal. Get a check. We want your vehicle and are willing to pay for it. Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall and HatchToyota.com.
Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint is giving you a chance to win premium tickets to the National Finals Rodeo in Las Vegas. Win 2 tickets, a stay at the MGM Grand, and $1,000 cash. Every customer gets an entry. Insured customers get 2 dinners at Los Corrales and 2 movie tickets. Call Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, and you could be headed to the National Finals Rodeo.
536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass. Cash back to you. Woohoo!
Snowflake on the march as we get this fourth quarter underway. The Sports Zone Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota. The Lobos at the Arcadia 31-yard line. And a fresh set of downs. The fourth quarter begins. Play action, throw. And Christian Smith has to try and go over the top of the defender to take that one away. Jackson Cron is the defender right there. And he never saw the football. Otherwise, he might have had it going the other way. Incomplete.
Yeah, I'd like to see the replay here. He might have gotten away with the pass interference. He never turned for the ball. Face guarded the whole way down. Let's see right here. That ball is underthrown. He never got around, but I think that Christian Smith did get to the ball first before contact.
And you mentioned face guarding, which is completely legal.
Is it really?
In high school football, yes.
Okay.
You can face, you just can't touch. You can stick your hands right there in their face, just don't touch.
Okay.
Here comes Jacob Leduc up the middle, breaking tackles and diving forward to the 21-yard line. That's good for 10. That's good for a first down for the Lobos. Hey, can we take a look at that? Well, Snowflake's going to get to the line in a moment. I want to look back at that 43-yard pass at the end of the quarter to Coulter Willis. We'll see that again because you brought something up about that, Trey, and I want to talk about it. Here's the give up the middle. Brenner Green running some authority. And he'll take it to the 14-yard line. That'll be a gain on the play of 7. Gain of 7. Here's that play again. Why did this play work? Why was he so wide open?
You'll see that they pull the 3 outside linemen on the right side. They're running a screen is what it looks like. And you see that Arcadia defense fly up thinking it's a screen, and that leaves Coulter Willis open down the sideline.
Brenner again up the middle. How about 6 yards this time as Brenner is starting to find his legs out there. And a first down for Snowflake.
No better time to find your legs. Great run right here. This is Snowflake starting to impose a little bit of their will. You'd like to see them do a little bit more of that, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Positive yards are good.
First and goal, Snowflake from the 8-yard line. Jacob Leduc, right side. And Jake will have 3 yards on the play, bring up second and goal from about the 5-yard line. So Coach Pasquale for Arcadia, you know, he made no bones about it. They've got to stop 2 guys. They've got to stop number 8 and number 33. Leduc and Brenner Green, and those guys are combining right now, get Snowflake into scoring position. Second and goal from the 5-yard line. Snowflake, snap. Brenner Green up the middle, and he's got some room. Left side, Brenner Green unstoppable into the end zone. And he's got his 3rd Snowflake touchdown of the day. Tempered just a little bit in seeing him limp his way off the field right here. But he looks okay. He's getting up a little bit more of a head of steam as he jogs off the field. And Snowflake has found the end zone again.
This is all about that momentum. They're coming out. They're trying to regain it. With Arcadia playing the way that they have, momentum could be the deciding factor here.
Point after, successful. Snowflake, 22. Arcadia, 18. 4th quarter action. Number 1 versus number 2. What a game. Stand by. The Sports Zone Game of the Week. It's presented by Hatch Toyota.
When it comes to paint, whether you're looking for interior or exterior paint, Dunn Edwards provides quality solutions to make all your painting projects look professional. And the home of Dunn Edwards in the White Mountains is Ace Hardware in Show Low, Pine Top, and Heber Overgard. Thanks to Dunn Edwards, Ace has the best interior paint for your home or office, and their exterior paint will stand up to the wear and tear of our tough seasonal weather. When it's time to paint, it's time to visit Ace Hardware of the White Mountains for high-quality Dunn Edwards interior and exterior paint and primer. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing your best of the White Mountains 2025 Best Propane Company, Owens Energy. In fact, it's their 5th consecutive win in a row. Owens has been proudly serving our community for more than 25 years, supporting local organizations, providing dependable service, and now an official partner of the Sports Zone's Friday Night Football Show. It's all about propane at Owens Energy, a local family-owned business with friendly, reliable service right here in Arizona's White Mountains. Owens Energy, your White Mountains propane provider.
How do you like this one, everybody? What a game at Snowflake. Number 1 Snowflake had a very dismal offensive performance in the first half. And that guy right there, the quarterback, Jacob Leduc, and his guys on offense have started to put it together and played a much better second half. It began with that 4-play scoring drive that took just about a minute and a half to get the first points of the second half. Now Snowflake in the end zone again with a Brenner Green 5-yard touchdown run, and our score here is 22-18. Snowflake in front of Arcadia. From the 22, Jack Smith sidesteps that defender, takes off. Jack's going to go out of bounds. Might have a first down. Then again, might be a yard shy that first down. Gain of 8 on the play.
Snowflake getting good pressure there on that play, just unable to bring him down. And Zach Smith doing a fantastic job with his legs. As this game has gone on, he's gotten faster and faster and more athletic.
Possession started at the 27. Handoff left side to Ryan Jimenez. He'll pile ahead for a 3-yard gain and a first down for Arcadia. New set of downs for the Titans at the 38-yard line, their own 38. By the way, you are listening live and local across the White Mountains on Mix 98 KRFM Sholo, the broadcast home of the Sports Zone. Somebody going to walk out of here undefeated still with the number 1 seed for the playoffs. Throw deep left side. That'll be a hold on the defense or pass interference. Depends on when Christian Smith got his hands on the receiver. That's Connor Cam's running that left side. He's got speed. This Arcadia team is very, very fast. And I'm quite sure you've got the two fastest, they're called pass interference, two fastest 4A football teams in the state.
Yeah. No, and I didn't think that we were ever going to see a team that could compete with that level of speed. But Arcadia, not only are they doing it, but they are benefiting from it as you see Cams beat Christian Smith down the sideline and force a pass interference.
So they mark off the yardage, and the ball is now at the Snowflake 47-yard line with 9 minutes and 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Snowflake 22, Arcadia 18. Arcadia in business on offense. The Titans will shift, move their backs from right to the left side of the quarterback. Ian Slater in motion. They'll pitch it to him. Forward pass to him. Slater's got about 8 yards. We'll see where they mark him down. About the 39-yard line and stops the clock. It goes out of bounds. 8 yards, the pickup on the play.
So back when I was playing, it was all about the fly sweep. And now more and more teams are running that touch pass, that jet pass, whatever you want to call it. And as we see here, you can see why you can get some of your best athletes with a full head of steam to the outside without worrying about trying to take a handoff. I think it's easier to take or catch a pass than take a handoff.
2nd down and 2. Throwing the football, Smith left side, and it's over his receiver's head. That's Connor Cam's out there, the intended target. And if Smith has had any kind of knock on what he's doing today, because he's played a great game, but he has overthrown his receivers quite a bit. Some of those have been catchable, but tough to handle because you're working across the middle of the field in traffic at times, trying to haul that tall one in. But Smith, he needs to tighten that up a little bit.
I agree with that. It looked like Connor Reed, the outside linebacker, flew out there, and Smith saw it coming and tried to get it up and over, and it just went too high.
So now 3rd down from the I formation, and they'll give it. Jimenez, 1st down. And he is elusive, isn't he?
Yep.
So tough to bring down. They're going to mark him. I believe he went out of bounds. Matter of where. About a 13-yard gain on that play and a 1st down. So he is going to be knocking on the door of a 200-yard rushing night against a great rush defense.
Yep.
The Snowflake run defense is fantastic, but they have just not, over the course of the entire game, been able to corral that running back.
No.
From the eye again, old school football, handed off up the middle. Jimenez to the 20 this time, 6-yard gain on the play for Ryan.
Ryan Jimenez getting a full head of steam. I like that I formation for him because he is elusive, but he is strong. You're getting him a pull with the offensive lineman. You're also getting a fullback leading through there. And Snowflake so far has not had an answer for the inside run, and they're going to continue to do that until Snowflake shows that they have a tried and true answer.
Well, I don't know about you, Trey, but I love seeing it. I love seeing the I formation. I love to see some of the old school offense. Now we're going to get that single setback look with at least one tight end out there. Fake it. Throw back. They got a man wide open. That's Ian Slater. And that is a touchdown for the Titans. A 20-yard touchdown completion to Ian Slater.
Looking at the pass game, if there was one guy that you would want to ensure that you knew where he was at, it's number 17, Ian Slater. I don't know how he got away, how he snuck away from everybody, but that's the one guy you would think everybody on the field is aware of where he's at. That wasn't the case. Wide open, easy touchdown.
Titans kick is up and good. And that's going to make it 25-22. Arcadia goes back in front in this back and forth battle here. In this battle to see who can remain undefeated, who can get that number 1 seed for the playoffs. Stand by, more fourth quarter action from Snowflake coming up. The Sports Zone Game of the Week. It's presented by Hatch Toyota.
According to eyewitnesses, The guy went in and didn't come out. That was 2 days ago. His wife is worried. His boss has called. The latest report says he didn't know what hit him. A lazy boy recliner called his name, and that was that. This may be a hostage situation. For the best selection of lazy boy recliners, sofas, and sectionals, head to the Furniture Gallery, where they have furniture so comfortable, it's almost a crime.
You don't have to drive hours for top-notch healthcare. We've got it right here at White Mountain Regional Medical Center's Rural Health Clinic in Springerville. Heart skipping a beat? Our cardiologists have you covered. Achy feet? Our podiatry team's a step ahead. From pulmonology to orthopedics and mental and behavioral health, we treat you, not just the chart. White Mountain Regional Medical Center, empowering a healthier community.
Christian Smith with a huge Snowflake return. He drops the football, and Arcadia looks like they are on top of it. They may have come away with the game's first turnover, and they do. Smith, he wanted a return. He reached up, you saw it before we came back from the break. He reached up and tried to catch that ball before it could go into the end zone. And he made it. He made the most of it, crossing into Arcadia territory with a great return, but somebody able to punch it out, and Arcadia gets on top of it for the game's first takeaway.
Very unfortunate right here. You'll see him cut back, and it's the elbow of number 33, Max Monaco. Great tackle, great punch out.
And that might have been actually Caleb Young that actually punched it out.
Oh, the kicker.
Yeah, look at it again, but
you might be right.
Arcadia's got the football. Handed off on the stretch play to Jimenez left side, and he is going to find a little bit of a seam to run through, and a gain of 12 on the play for Arcadia. Wow, that was a deflating play for the Lobos. It goes from sheer elation on the great return to just what you saw, a turnover in the game's first fumble recovery. First fumble recovery for the opponent.
If there was ever a time for Snowflake to get off the field defensively, now is the time.
Pistol formation. Snowflake's fans, they've gone quiet here in this fourth quarter. And Ryan Jimenez will gain a single yard.
While we're waiting here, in quarter three with 3:18 to go, pacing up 28-18.
Second down play. Again the pistol. And again Jimenez. And he's got the first down. Boy, he is such a good runner with good vision.
We got a flag.
You get 11 yards if it stands. Well, before that play right there, which doesn't count anyway, so that's a hold on the offense. Ryan Jimenez, 34 carries, 202 yards rushing now in the game.
That is such a rarity against a defense like this. I think that if you'd asked anybody familiar with these two teams if anyone was going to have a 200-yard rushing game from either side, everyone would have said, you're crazy.
These defenses are too good to give it up, aren't they? I mean, you would think.
You would think, yes.
Second down and 17. Smith throws back, screen pass, left side. And Jimenez gets slowed down out there. That was some pretty terrific defense. Find out who that Lobo was out there who was on an island by himself and put a pretty good stop on a very tough guy to bring down.
I think that's 88, Connor Reed.
Gain of 6 on that last play. Back to the original line of scrimmage, 3rd down and 10. Jack Smith, left side. Jimenez. Christian Smith is going to knock him out of bounds. There'll be a pickup on the play of just 3 yards, 4th down and 7.
Latest update, 35-18, pacing. 10-14 to go in quarter 4.
Now the Sholo Cougars are in danger of surrendering their likely number 6 seed for the playoffs. 4th down and 7, Arcadia. 5:20 remaining in the 4th quarter. And a series of flags come out. They're going to call a false start on the offense. Move them back 5 yards, and the punt team will give it away.
Unfortunate. They're trying to get the draw. They're trying to draw them off sides, make it an easier and more manageable 4th down. And if you're a lineman, you know that hard count's coming. Just go when you're told to go. Don't worry about how he says it.
So I said they're going to give it away, but you know, I also suggested that earlier in the game. And Arcadia decided, oh yeah, they will kick it away. And somebody might have got a hand on that. It goes almost straight up. And it rolls to the Snowflake 29-yard line on this punt. Lobos will have the football, and Snowflake's offense has come to life in the second half. And they have a 3-point advantage that they will now see if they can work on trying to add to in this final 5 minutes and 11 seconds. But the main thing that Snowflake can do for themselves right here, barring the breakaway play, is whittle down that time on the clock. It's a big possession for them. They will operate from the 29-yard line. Snowflake in front. Snowflake behind, 22 to 25. It's 25-22. It's Arcadia in front. Flip it out right side. So scratch everything I said in the last 3 minutes. Flip it out to Brenner Green, right side, cut back. And he is going to be tackled at the 31-yard line, 2-yard gain on the play for Brenner, who has had a better second half.
For sure. Great speed option there to the right side. Try to get Arcadia to see if they're willing to commit to Jacob Leduc or Brenner Green.
Brenner's got it. Breaks out of a couple of tackles. And that's a more patented style run by Brenner for 6 yards. Tough, punishing, bruising run. Get an update on his stats for the game. As that run leaves a 3rd down and 2 now for Snowflake. I would imagine Brenner gets it again. 13 attempts, 54 yards rushing so far in the game for Green. And they will throw. And it's going to just be out of reach for Gian Jones. Incomplete. Providing coverage on that side was Cade Schaefer.
Great coverage, and it looked like a little bit of a mix-up on the route. Gian Jones working to the inside, thinking maybe skinny post here, and Jacob Leduc threw the fade. So you'd like to see that communication cleaned up going into next week.
So Gion's your cousin.
Yes.
And is there any further information on his football future? I know he's got some offers out there.
Yeah, he was able to go down and sit sideline for one of the major universities here in Arizona and catch a game and talk to their recruiter. I don't know what the exact outcome of that was, but he's got some interesting prospects on the table.
Hey, how about 4th down and 2? And Jacob Leduc is going to get hit, and he may have been stopped. Arcadia celebrating. The spot looks like it's going to be a yard shy. He needed 2 yards, and he only got 1. And Arcadia's defense has made a major stop with 3:58 remaining. And now all of a sudden, Snowflake down by 3 points, find themselves where their defense has to come up big here in these final moments.
They find themselves in a position having to do something they haven't really done today, not on a consistent basis. And so they're going to have to find a way to force this into a 3-and-out to give themselves comfortable and ample time to march down this field and give them a chance to win it.
Big finish time now. 3:58 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Ryan Jimenez, and he is going to punish that Snowflake defense for a 13-yard gain. Big play by Ryan.
Looking at the situation here, you know that Arcadia is going to try to run out the clock. They have the best running back of the night tonight in Ryan Jimenez. You know that they're going to give it to him to either A, run out the clock or see if he can break a big one. If you're the defense, you've got to key in on that a little bit more and not allow him to have these big gains.
From the pistol set, Jimenez, left side. First down yardage as he takes one of those Snowflake Lobos to about the 11-yard line. That is a pickup of 14 yards as Jimenez, who I thought when I saw him on one of the up-close looks a while ago, looked like he was tiring. Actually looks like he's getting stronger and stronger in these final minutes of the game.
He is picking up a head of steam, that is for sure.
So now another first down for Arcadia, threatening to get this to a 2-score difference with now 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining. Here in the fourth quarter, at the Snowflake 11 from the I formation, Ryan Jimenez. Ryan is going to get taken down right at the 10. That's a 1-yard gain on the play. And among those guys there, Hayden Nichols coming up for the tackle. Snowflake has had to spend one of their remaining timeouts here with 2:37 remaining in this fourth period. And Arcadia in front 25-22. What a game. What a matchup. Living up to every expectation in this one.
Yeah, it feels like a lot of times you have these kind of games where it's two powerhouse teams and then it turns into a blowout. You know, one team just gets an edge and is able to ride that out, and that has definitely not been the case here tonight.
It's been a fun night here at Lobo Stadium. And we begin our playoff coverage next Friday night. The question is where? It looked like if Sholo were to get a victory tonight against Payson, it seemed like a strong likelihood that they might host the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets in the first round of the playoffs. And now Sholo in danger of losing that game at Payson. That happens. Cougars might find themselves on the road in the first round. Here's a give to Jimenez. And he's going to get 2 yards on this play. And now the clock becoming Snowflake's mortal enemy.
Yeah, Reddick coming out on the field, calling a timeout immediately.
So Snowflake does spend that timeout. That will leave the Lobos with 1 timeout remaining in the game. Opportunities slipping away. The Snowflake team trying to get to a perfect regular season record, and it's in big danger now.
Yeah, it's starting to look more and more that way. But both of these teams, you can't count them out until it's over. As we've seen, both teams have a lot of weapons that they can utilize. And so right now, the fate of this game hangs with this defense. It's looking like 3rd and 7, so you're going to have to see this Snowflake defense stonewall Arcadia. I think that if they get another yard or two, Arcadia is going to go for it on 4th down. But if you can get a stop here, you may force a field goal, and we'll see where that takes them.
Two minutes and 32 seconds remaining after the Snowflake timeout. Arcadia on a 3rd down. And they're going to throw the football to the end zone. A little trickeration. Ryan Jimenez delivering to Connor Cams. A back-breaking Arcadia touchdown. And they go ahead 31-22, pending the outcome of the point after in a moment.
A play right there that you hate to see. Snowflake did their best to try to come up and make a tackle on a play that they've seen a lot tonight. And just a nice extra fold of trickery in there to get the touchdown pass from their running back, Ryan Jimenez.
Titans had the point after. And it's a two-score game. Not a two-touchdown game. That's a 7-yard touchdown on the pass completion from Jimenez to Cams. And it comes with 2:27 left here in the game. Well done, this Titans team. You got to love them. Very good, talented team, of course, but extremely well coached.
Yeah.
And very creative in the play calling department.
Yeah, and that could very well be the difference of tonight. A lot of extra folds that they were able to throw into their basic common looks. And when you've run the ball as well as you have, just on your ordinary bread and butter plays, when you throw that extra fold, oftentimes you're going to find that defense overcommitting. They're cheating to that play, and you can take advantage of it. And while we wait for the kickoff, 35-25, pacing up with 7:35 to go.
Well, with that solo offense, they got some playmakers, very dynamic. There's plenty of time for Cholo, but they can't squander any opportunities remaining in that one. But it sounds like a great game going on at Payson. Meanwhile, the kick through the end zone, touchback. Snowflake will operate from their own 20-yard line, and now it's time to see if the Lobos can answer. Maybe Snowflake can do some work with in the play calling and creative offense department. That looks like a design quarterback draw for Leduc.
Certainly took off quickly.
Takes off for an 11-yard gain and a first down.
And whether that was a design QB draw or it was just a quick breakdown that Leduc saw, great job of getting up the field. The last couple of runs that he's had, he's stretched them far horizontally, getting to the sideline, but only ultimately gaining 2 or 3 yards. Great job there to get a first down.
And one of Snowflake's fastest weapons, Christian Smith, has departed the game. It looks like he's got cramps on the sideline. Throw deep left side. Gian Jones will battle for it. It's incomplete. Good coverage downfield. There was some double coverage out there, but Jordan Barnes was running step for step and in great position to break that pass up. Incomplete.
Barnes, and you had number 15, Joseph Halla, it looked like. No, that's 19, I apologize. Or that was Jordan Barnes, who you'd said. And number 22, Jackson Crone.
So Snowflake trying to get a whole bunch right there. Stop the clock, second down at 10. Leduc stepping up. And he is going to get hit hard out of bounds. Boy, another half a step, and I might have drew a flag, and Snowflake wants a flag, but I think I'm going to go with that. Was a clean hit on the sideline by Braden Knob. And a very short gain, modest gain, 2 yards picked up on the play.
Yeah, let's look at looking here at the replay. Very clean. His hands were definitely on him while he was still in the field of play.
Actually, a 2-yard loss. Did I say a gain? 2 yards lost on the play. Snowflake hadn't had that issue all day. They're going to move Mason Rabin in motion toward the formation and give him the football. And he will go out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Gain of 9 on the play, and he's just a little shy of the first down.
Yeah, great job. They roll Leduc to the right, and they bring Rabin to the left on a little underneath route, and they hit him, getting the defense kind of crisscrossed, and great job.
Well, Snowflake's got to convert here on 4th and 3 if they want to keep this game alive. They give it to Brenner Green, who does not go down easy, but Arcadia's defense is up to the task. Needed 3 yards, and Brenner only gets 2. And Arcadia has again come up with a huge defensive stop, stopping one of the toughest running backs in 4A football to bring down. They do it right there, and may have just now put a punctuation point on this football effort tonight as they travel to the White Mountains. And Brenner just could not get those legs churning. 2 yards wasn't enough.
Good hard run, but I mean, regardless of your size and strength, when you're going against people your size, it's hard to get through 4 of them. Interesting play call to run it on 4th and 4, or 4th and 3, I apologize. But nonetheless, you do want to try to get Brenner Green involved in that play. So ultimately, you do what you can do.
Handoff, left side. Ryan Jimenez, and now it's just a matter of trying to run this clock out. 4-yard gain for Jimenez. And Arcadia looking very likely to come away from Snowflake with a big 3A Mountain Region win. It's not 3A Mountain Region. It's the 4A Desert Sky. Get a region win, get a region championship tonight, and take an undefeated mark and likely the number 1 seed excuse me, into the state playoffs.
Yeah, massive win. We knew that these two teams were going to battle it out, and Arcadia able to string together better drives over the course of the game that led to this victory.
Gain of a yard here for Jimenez. He is going to end the game. He is going to end the game with some outstanding numbers. I don't think there's any question about the Sports Zone's player of the game here tonight at number 20. He is special. And to do what he did tonight on this night against this Snowflake defense, what an outstanding ball game for that young man. Final play from scrimmage right here. Unless Snowflake calls their final timeout, which I don't see happening. Last chance for Jimenez. Carry the football. And he is good for a 5-yard gain. That'll be a first down, but doesn't matter. Final game. That's the final play of the game. And Arcadia has come to town. And come away with a monster win. It's the final seconds. Tick off the clock right there. Ian Slater right there, number 17. Great game. But that young man, Ryan Jimenez, there's something special about a high school running back, isn't there?
Oh, yeah. Maybe the most dynamic player you can have.
Some guys play running back because they have to play running back. Some guys play it because they were designed by their creator to play that position, and that's number 20, Ryan Jimenez. And he leads his team to victory tonight over the Snowflake Lobos. Final score, 32-22. We congratulate the Arcadia Titans. What a game.
Fantastic game. Congrats to them. Came in here and did exactly what they needed to do to get a win. Not allowing the weather or the altitude to be an issue. And congrats to that young coaching staff over there on an undefeated season.
That guy goes up over 200 yards rushing. The Titans walk out of here, walk out of Snowflake undefeated. 4A Desert Sky Region champions. That's about as much emotion as we've seen all night long from that number 20. Coach Trevor Reddick, his first year as the head coach of Snowflake, has done such a marvelous job, him and his crew. He gives Jack Smith some congratulations. But that elusive regular season perfecto, it escaped Snowflake on this one tonight here in the White Mountains. Well done. We're going to look at statistics and give you a breakdown on this one tonight here in just a few moments. Stand by for our postgame, everybody. Final score, Arcadia 32, Snowflake 22. The Sports Zone Game of the Week has been presented by Hatch Toyota.
Save thousands now! Every 2025 Toyota on our lot has gotta go! Drive home America's best-selling SUV, the 2025 Toyota RAV4, for as low as $299 a month. Now pay factory invoice on all remaining 2025 models in stock. You pay the exact price we pay from the factory. No markups, hassles, or negotiating. Just our lowest prices of the year. But hurry, when they're gone, they're gone. Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall and HatchToyota.com.
I won't lose a deal over $1, and you have my word on it.
According to eyewitnesses, the guy went in and didn't come out. That was 2 days ago. His wife is worried. His boss has called. The latest report says he didn't know what hit him. A Lazy Boy recliner called his name, and that was that. This may be a hostage situation. For the best selection of Lazy Boy recliners, sofas, and sectionals, head to the Furniture Gallery, where they have furniture so comfortable, it's almost a crime.
Your neighbors and friends won't have to fake their enthusiasm over your new wall. With the durability and strength of precast Verticrete walls from Hatch Concrete is a solid investment. Enhance your property's value with a two-sided decorative concrete wall that's as stylish as it is affordable. No yearly repairs or restaining needed. Request a free estimate from Hatch Concrete today, where quality isn't just a name, but a tradition.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and 77 Subaru has you covered. The 2025 Subaru Forester is the most awarded small SUV in its class, including an IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus, giving you the confidence to take on any road, any season. Get financing as low as 2.9% APR, or drive one home today starting at only $275 a month.
This is Chaz Hatch. Please stop by 77 Subaru in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall or visit us online at 77subaru.com.
The gridiron is where teams come to battle and dominate. With over 5 decades of knowledge and expertise, manpower, and a whole lot of horsepower, Perkins Cinders is that all-star teammate you need to dominate your project. They deliver all things dirt, from gravel, cinders, topsoil mulch, concrete materials, and more. Want to score big? Use the one that will get you that win. Perkins Cinders is helping you get a load of this.
You don't have to drive hours for top-notch healthcare. We've got it right here at White Mountain Regional Medical Center's Rural Health Clinic in Springerville. Heart skipping a beat? Our cardiologists have you covered. Achy feet? Our podiatry team's a step ahead. From pulmonology to orthopedics and mental and behavioral health, we treat you, not just the chart. White Mountain Regional Medical Center, empowering a healthier community.
Back in here to wrap things up from Snowflake High School tonight, everybody. Welcome back to our broadcast of the Sports Zone Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota. You see the Arcadia Titans celebrating a huge road victory. They came to the mountains. They came with a mission in mind, and I'm quite sure they accomplished that mission tonight. Final score, Arcadia 32, Snowflake 22, as we bring you back into our post-game wrap-up on this one, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Floyd Simmons along with Trey Schneider, and we'll get into our breakdown on this one here in just a little bit, but we'll take a moment to talk to our Sports Zone Player of the Game. It's presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center, and you're seeing them on the screen right there. I made a comment earlier that, and I believe this, that there are guys who play running back because their team needs them to play running back. And there are men who play running back because their creator designed them to play running back, and that's what they do. And there's rare few people who do it, as well as the young man we'll talk to right now. Ryan Jimenez comes into the game, carries the ball 41 times for 242 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Wow.
In a victory over Snowflake. Ryan Jimenez, welcome into our broadcast. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you, guys.
You've got to feel pretty good about right now.
I'm kind of lost for words right now. We knew this was going to be a dogfight coming up this hill, and we've been battling throughout the whole spring, all summer, putting the work in, getting ready for this game. We've had this game circled on our calendar ever since it was scheduled for us. So, this is a stoic team. These guys, we all support each other, and we all love each other. So,
Ryan, you said some things right there that I think that every guy on that Snowflake roster would say as well. They were circling this one. They were thinking about the matchup down the road with Arcadia. How were you able, with your team, to keep the focus, though, through that schedule? Knowing that Snowflake's coming down the road, knowing that you're probably better than everybody else you're playing till you get there to Snowflake, but that you still have to take care of business week in and week out. Tell us about the focus of this team, this Arcadia team.
I mean, we take it week by week. We have practices, we have lifts and running every day during the week. We got to stay healthy, and we don't worry about the games ahead. We focus on that one during that week. We get it taken care of, and we move on to the next.
Awesome, Ryan. Congrats on a huge win.
Thank you.
My question for you: you were talking. This was a big game. And it all comes with preparation, right? You said you've worked hard. It's been months of all of the preparation and the work. Not every kid that plays running back is going to carry the ball 41 times for 242 yards. What kind of preparation and work leads to this kind of performance where you can come out and dominate the way that you did tonight?
I think it's about putting the work in when no one's watching and getting the grind on when no one's there to support you and doing your own thing, trying to better yourself and lifting yourself up when you fall down and bouncing back when you make mistakes. It's all about having that mindset of just keep grinding, keep pushing every play, every week, and every game. So,
Ryan, this Arcadia team that we looked at tonight here, I mean, very disciplined. Your team is very disciplined, well coached. Coach Pasquale, I think, has done a terrific job with your team, with this group of guys. Why don't you speak to the job that the coaching staff is doing for your team and, just the way your team approaches it, a very professional attitude, very disciplined. You guys played a great game.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, appreciate it. Our coaches, they're there for us every week. And we've had these coaches all 4 years. We've grown up with these guys. So, I mean, they're here when we need them. They never miss a practice. They're always helping us during extracurriculars. We watch film during lunch. We do everything we can to get as many hours in as we can.
Well, Ryan, we're going to let you go here, but I do want to finish up the comment by saying this. The Snowflake team on the other side is likely one of the two best teams in 4A football, along with your Arcadia Titans. I think we just saw a preview of a state championship matchup. As long as you take care of business and as long as they take care of business, about a month, you might see that Snowflake team again. You think you guys are going to be ready to see the Lobos again down the road, maybe?
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you. I think this is going to be a little preview of that playoff state championship. So this is what we came here to take care of business, but we got more weeks ahead of us to take care of. So
Ryan,
week by week.
Ryan, well done. Congratulations. Great job, young man.
Thank you very much.
All right. How about that kid right there, huh? How about a great performance? 41 carries.
Yeah.
242 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, and just to top things off, he ends up with a touchdown pass at the end of the game as well. Completed his only pass attempt, and that was a touchdown. That guy is the real deal. Ryan Jimenez. What a job. He is our Sports Zone Player of the Game presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center.
Yeah, I don't know what I like more, his performance tonight or that interview. Nice kid, very well spoken. Congrats to him on an absolute monster performance, and congrats to this Arcadia team. Congrats to the Snowflake Lobos team as well. You fall short, of the perfect season at the last step, but that's not indicative of the effort or anything like that. These guys are going to be able to rebound going into next week, and as you asked Ryan right there, this very well could be the state championship matchup.
Snowflake, what really got him tonight, I think, Trey, is the slow start. That first half, if they play the first half like they played the second half, this is a game that Snowflake likely wins. Mm-hmm. But that the offense just could not get into a second gear, third gear in that first half. How many 3-and-outs did we see? How many squandered opportunities did Snowflake have in that first half? The offense was very anemic, only three first downs in the first half. We'll look at overall statistics here in a little bit. Snowflake played a much better second half. They've got to find a way to make sure they get going in the first half.
Yeah, well, and I think if you take away the 2 big plays at the end of the first half, because we say that they had 71, but they had 44 yards in the last 2 plays. You take that away, you're looking at 27 yards. 27 yards over the course of 2 quarters of football. You're never going to find yourself on the right side of the scoreboard with that kind of effort. And so, as you mentioned, they've got to come out and they've got to bring that aggression. And I don't think that it was necessarily a lack of aggression, but it wasn't channeled properly. And so you had a lot of plays that resulted in 1 yard, 2 yards. And when you need 3, 4, 5, and you're only getting one, you're going to find yourself behind the sticks struggling, as we saw in the first half today.
You're watching some highlights that include that run right there by Ryan Jimenez. Another Jimenez run right here, part of 242 yards rushing for our player of the game. And it's a little stunning because I would not have, even knowing he was a quality runner, I would not have been able to predict that Snowflake's run defense would give up that kind of yardage to anybody. But what a great job by Jimenez and his guys tonight. They've exposed a little bit in that Snowflake team, and now Snowflake has some things to work on and see if they can get a big run going, because the playoffs are right around the corner, and Snowflake is likely to be, I think, the number 2 seed now as the playoffs do begin soon. We're going to come back and give you a look at the final statistics and wrap up our post-game wrap-up here in just a minute, everybody. The Sports Zone Game of the Week is presented by Hatch Toyota.
Step into the world where every bloom tells a story at the Bloom House Floral Design Shop. From enchanting decor to lifelike artificial florals that stay stunning year-round, we craft magic for your home, your holidays, and your biggest moments. Need a custom arrangement or a centerpiece that wows? We'll design it just for you. No fairy godmother required. The Bloom House, located in Pinetop and Show Low, is where imagination blossoms and every day becomes more beautiful.
Hatch Toyota will pay top dollar for your trade, whether you buy a vehicle from us or not. Get a free appraisal. Get a free Carfax report. Get a check. And we'll pay you up to 120% above Kelly Blue Book value. Hatch Toyota is buying quality late model vehicles. Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall. Get an appraisal. Get a check. We want your vehicle and are willing to pay for it. Hatch Toyota in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall and HatchToyota.com.
It started with a dream, simple, honest, and rooted in the White Mountains of Arizona. That dream shaped legends, and those legends built Perkins Cinders. Through decades of ethic and hard work, the business became more than a name. Perkins Cinders, built by legends, driven by purpose.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and there's no better place to get ready than at 77 Subaru in Show Low. The 2025 Outback is car and driver's editor's choice for being practical, efficient, and comfortable. Plus, it's an IIHS top safety pick. Get financing as low as 0.9% APR, or drive home today for only $275 a month.
This is Chaz Hatch. Please stop by 77 Subaru in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall or visit us online at 77subaru.com.
Beeman Well Drilling is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio and the Friday Night Football Show, and they give support to each and every school and team in the White Mountains. Just like Sports Zone Radio, Beeman Drilling has a kind of experience that makes them the best at what they do. Paul Wyatt is the guy to talk to, and he'll take your call anytime, day or night, 537-1031. Or better yet, call him right on his cell phone, 928-205-7647. This football season, go deep with Beeman Drilling.
Have you heard the big news? At White Mountain Regional Medical Center, we are bigger and better than ever. With our newly expanded emergency room facility and capabilities, we are even better equipped to handle your urgent needs with the care and efficiency you deserve. Discover the new standard in healthcare right in your backyard. Choose White Mountain Regional Medical Center, located in Springerville, where specialized and emergency care are now within reach.
What was a back-and-forth battle in the second half of this one here tonight, but it was Arcadia able to outlast Snowflake, and the Arcadia Titans defense came up with 2 big stops late in the fourth quarter to shut down the Snowflake Lobos, prevent them from getting the points needed to trade the punches that they were trading throughout most of the second half, and Arcadia comes out with the victory tonight. Again, the final 32-22. The number 2 ranked Arcadia Titans have taken down the number 1 Snowflake Lobos, and it looks like these teams are likely to swap those rankings. Snowflake likely to fall to number 2, Arcadia becoming the new number 1 team when the playoffs get underway, and the only undefeated team remaining in 4A football, the Arcadia Titans, after this one here tonight over Snowflake. Let's take a look at the final statistics and do a little comparison on the total yardage. Arcadia had 402 yards of total offense in the game. Snowflake, a much better second half, ended up with better second half for them, ended up with 259 yards of offense in the game. 27 first downs for Arcadia.
Wow.
That's Ryan Jimenez doing his work right there.
Yep.
27 first downs. Snowflake had 12 first downs in the game. And time of possession, again, thank you, Ryan Jimenez, if you're Arcadia. 35 minutes, 48 seconds, time of possession for Arcadia. Snowflake, 12 minutes and 12 seconds. That's the equivalent of Arcadia having the ball for 3 quarters and Snowflake having it for 1 quarter in the game.
Yep.
That's what that is. So hand it to Arcadia. Great game plan, well coached, and the boys on the field, they just executed. So Arcadia had 402 yards of offense. They ran 76 offensive plays, an average gain of 5.3 yards per offensive play in this one for Arcadia. 265 yards rushing, 137 yards passing for the team. They threw the ball better in the second half than the first. Penalized 6 times for 40 yards. They fumbled it twice, but did not lose either one of those fumbles. And very critically, did not turn the ball over today. Snowflake did. They turned it over 1 time.
Very pivotal moment, too.
And it was costly. Quarterback Zach Smith, 14 carries for 26 yards. No, pardon me on that. Go back on this. 14 out of 26. 14 completions on 26 attempts, 129 yards for Zach Smith. He completed 54% of his passes, also threw a touchdown today. Ryan Jimenez, the running back, threw 1 pass, a halfback pass. He completed that pass for a touchdown of 8 yards in the game. Leading receiver for the Titans today was Ian Slater, 5 catches, 85 yards, including a touchdown. Ryan Jimenez, the running back, caught 5 passes for 21 yards. Connor Cams, 2 catches for 14. Jax Ashley caught 1 pass for 12 yards. Nicholas McCormick, 1 catch for 7 yards. And John Wheeland, 1 catch for -2 yards today for the Titans. And the Sports Zone player of the game, brought to you earlier by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. That was Ryan Jimenez. 41 rushes, 242 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He averaged 5.9 yards a carry, which really, the great running back like that, that's a pretty good job overall by Snowflake's defense. Normally a guy gets 242 yards rushing. He averaged 12 yards a carry in a high school football game. But the key number there is the 41 attempts. He ran the ball 41 times today, Trey Schneider.
I don't know how many guys want to run the ball 41 times.
Nobody wants to run the ball 41 times.
You're asking a high school kid on 41 separate occasions to just take massive shots typically, right? Because you're running him up the middle. You may get him to the outside, but you're asking him to get hit a lot of times, as you're seeing right here on this replay. And he did it with grace and did it very well.
You want to run the ball 41 times between the tackles? Most of those were between the tackles.
A vast majority, yeah. I'd say 70%.
See him bounce one right there, but he's going to end up getting hit by 4 different Lobos on that particular play, and that's what you do. And that's when you're born to be a running back, you get nights like this. And Jimenez, 41 carries, 242 yards. Zach Smith, the quarterback, 3 carries for 18 yards. Jax Ashley carried it 3 times for 5 yards. Joseph Halla, 1 carry for 5 yards. Connor Cams carried it 1 time for -5 yards. Snowflake numbers for the game. 259 yards of offense, 12 first downs for the team. They ran roughly half the number of offensive plays. They ran 39 offensive plays to well over 70 in the game for the Titans, or just north of 70. 176 yards rushing for Snowflake, most of that in the second half. 83 yards passing, most of that in the second half. 6 penalties, 50 yards. They fumbled once, but lost that fumble very costly. That was on a kick return. Jacob Leduc completed 6 out of 13 passes for 83 yards today. Leading receiver Coulter Willis caught 4 of those passes for 68 yards. Brenner Green, 1 reception for 24 yards. Nash Reedhead caught 1 pass for 3 yards. Gian Jones, 1 catch for 1 yard in the game. Jacob Leduc carried it 11 times, and he broke the 100-yard barrier. 105 yards rushing for Jacob. He averaged 9.5 yards a carry. And Brenner Green, 14 carries, 62 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He did not have the kind of night he's been having all year long.
Yep.
But he was also playing the toughest defense Snowflake has run into this entire season. And they had a pretty good game plan for him, which I think was hit him very quickly, do your best to slow him down and let guys get there, and they did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it looked like the big plan for him was, like you said, hit him early and hit him frequently. Because it was very on the plays where Brenner Green was not able to really establish a good run. He was hit quick, and there were 2 to 3 guys there in a second.
And he still did some impressive things.
Yeah.
He had that 14-yard touchdown run, which was very impressive. That Snowflake scoring a touchdown coming out to start the second half scoring, and he finished it out with a great 14-yard rush for the touchdown. But wasn't their night on offense, Snowflake. They did not have the kind of numbers, particularly over the course of an entire 4 quarters, that they are normally used to having. Arcadia, as a result, does get the victory in this one tonight. Final score 32-22. So if you're Snowflake, I mean, I don't think you have a lot to worry about, but you certainly have to consider how you're going to change things up next time you get a shot at Arcadia. I don't think you have to worry about, what you do differently offensively in the next 2-3 weeks of playoff football. But you would presume a likelihood of Snowflake meeting up with Arcadia again down the road. And, it's too soon to decide what kind of offensive changes, what kind of changes in general do you make, Trey, but kind of put yourself in Trevor Reddick's position as coach of this team. And can you think of maybe 1 or 2 things you might look at doing differently down the road?
Yeah, I think number 1 is this is a good time to lose. It's better than losing next week. It's better than losing in 2 weeks, right? Because those losses put an end to your season. And so first and foremost, the thing that I worry about is going in and talking to a team that is relatively young. You have freshmen that are playing up high, and, sometimes they're not used to this kind of letdown, and you just tell them, we're okay.
Yeah, got a lot of guys coming back next year, so You're right. This is a team that they're going to lose a couple of pieces, but they're going to be good for a while to come.
Yeah, and so, let your guys know we're fine. Right? This is a regular season game. You don't want to lose, but we're okay. And then number 2, I think I sit down. If I'm Trevor Reddick, I sit down with my offensive and defensive coordinators, and I say, look, we have to play complementary football. We have to sustain drives offensively. Because what the Lobos required of their defense tonight was an impossible ask. To play for 77 or 71 plays against one of the best teams in the state, I mean, that's an impossible ask.
Yeah.
You can't expect your defense to play for that long at that high of a level. And so offensively, how can we stay on the field? Because really, you can't really score if your offense is on the field, barring a pick 6 or a fumble recovery for a touchdown. But keep drives alive. Wear their defense down. Put their defense in the same position that they put your defense in tonight. Because that could have very well have been a different game if Snowflake puts together 2 or 3 more drives and really wears on that Arcadia defense, and maybe they find the end zone once or twice more.
That's such a good point you made. And it was 76 plays that the defense had to try and stop Ryan Jimenez and Jack Smith and Ian Slater and that crew on the Arcadia side. That is a lot of reps that you give the other team, and you're right. It's just too much to ask of your defense. The offense needed to help that, right? The offense needed to sustain drives. They needed to get Brenner Green going more. They needed to figure out how to do a little bit more in the passing game as well, get some other guys involved. I was really surprised we didn't see Gian Jones. He was targeted several times, just could not find him. One catch, 1 yard.
Yeah.
You don't expect that that's what he's going to be limited to. You see on a replay right there was a pass intended for Gian, just couldn't connect with him.
Yeah.
So, you got to do some things better. I don't know that you need to change up a whole lot, but certainly want to throw some wrinkles next time you see Arcadia if you get a chance to play them. And the incentive now is very high, isn't it, for Snowflake? And you hate to ever say this, that maybe you need to lose a game.
Yeah.
But I don't know. If you're Snowflake, that's got to be the new refrain.
Yeah, that's how you got to reframe it. I agree.
Is that, this is a great loss for us, and this is the thing we kind of needed. 9-0, and it's kind of believing the headlines a little bit too much. We're ranked number 1, and we need to come back down to earth a little bit and get back to working at the factory and working hard to get to the pinnacle and get that gold football.
Yeah, as a young football player, even for seniors, sometimes, like you said, you start to believe the headlines, and sometimes subconsciously that affects your work ethic just a little bit. We've arrived. We're 9-0. There's only one other team in our division that's in that same situation, and we're fine. And so it's good for these young kids to take that punch to the mouth and say, you know what? There is another mountain to climb. There's a new challenge. We're not perfect. And so, and just to tag along to what you said there about, no need to throw in too many new folds. But one thing that, is very difficult for a quarterback, especially when you're playing a team that is shutting down the run like this, you need to give your quarterback more options to throw to. It seemed like too many of the pass plays, they're designed to be quick shooters, but you're only running one guy that way, and you're asking your quarterback to either A, make the throw or make a big play with your feet. Maybe look at throwing in a few more things so that should that first option not be there, you're able to look off and find something else.
Well, I think we got to look at the two best teams in 4A football, the two fastest teams in the conference, and now one of them walks off the field remaining unbeaten. That's that Arcadia Titans squad, now 10-0, headed to the playoffs, likely to be the number one seed in the upcoming 4A playoffs. Snowflake tagged with their first loss of the season, now 9-1, and we expect them. I think we expect them to be ranked and seeded number 2 in the upcoming 4A state playoffs. Both teams will get a break next week. They will get a bye in the first round of the 4A playoffs, and then home dates for both teams likely in the next round of the 4A state playoffs. That's in 2 weeks. You would expect Snowflake to be at home here, Lobo Stadium, to get the postseason underway. Great job to the team. Well done, Trey.
Thank you.
Great to have you on the call tonight, okay? All right. I want to say a big thank you to our producer, Derek Simmons, for a job well done by him and his crew tonight. Our technical director, Noah Anderson. Big thank you as well to Big Sean Ulvestad. And on camera for us tonight, Antoine Brooks right there, doing a great job for the team. For my broadcast partner in the booth, Trey Schneider, I am Floyd Simmons. Thanking you for joining us. Reminding you, it's the final Arcadia 32, Snowflake 22. And next week, 3A state football playoffs begin here at the Sports Zone. We'll alert you to the coverage we have planned coming up when we get the bracket handed our direction. Until next time, God bless you, everybody, and good night from Snowflake High School.